Hello and welcome to Silkeborg, the host city for the 2019 LGT Women's World Curling Championship. Silkeborg, the outdoor capital of Denmark, for its indoor sports we're going to be playing this evening. Beautiful, picturesque town. We will be inside the Silkeborg Sports Centre for draw 11 of this Women's World Curling Championship. The matchup we're going to be bringing you is the United States versus Canada. Both these teams struggling somewhat, needing to pick up a win if they've got any aspirations of making the playoffs. Teams just being introduced to the crowd. Finland being honoured this evening for playing at these championships. So let's make the teams. For Team USA, it's Monica Walker at lead, Taylor Anderson at second, third player, Sarah Anderson, and skip is Jamie Sinclair. Team Canada, Rachel Brown at lead, Dana Ferguson, second player, Sarah Wilkes, the third, and the skip, Chelsea Carey. Here are the standings. So it's China, Korea, Russia, Sweden sitting on 5-1, Scotland 4-2, Germany, Canada and Japan all with 3 wins. USA and Switzerland only with 2, so you've got to feel USA can't afford to drop any more games. Latvia with 1 win, Denmark and Finland 0 and 6 at the bottom. Elsewhere in session 11, Switzerland 2 and 3 take on Latvia. Our feature matchup is between the United States and Canada. Sheet C, Russia face Finland, and sheet D, it's China versus Germany. So teams just shaking hands and getting themselves prepared. I'm Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by former world champion Anne Swisshelm for this matchup. Anne, how do you feel this one's going to go?
Well, this is a critical game, as you said, for both of these teams. Canada and USA played earlier today, each of them losing their contests. This is a huge bounce back game for both of them. They're on the cusp of making the playoffs. This is the 7th game of the round robin for both of these teams. Getting a win here is going to be critical to keeping their playoff hopes alive.
Games will begin in 1 minute. Good luck and good curling.
Yeah, that's all these teams are looking to do at the moment. They're not thinking about the gold medal. All they're thinking about is making that playoff and trying to make the final.
Yeah, and the way that each of these teams is going to do that is by focusing on the moment that is directly in front of them, the shot that they have right now. And by virtue of the post-practice, pre-game, last stone draw, United States put 2 stones on the button in the center of the rings, and they will have the last stone advantage in this first end.
Okay. The spots were Chelsea through.
Yeah, both teams having that practice, and interesting to see how Canada go about this game after the back of a defeat. They didn't really take the game on against Scotland earlier, as this is Rochelle Brown.
Yeah, I think Canada is going to have to really go after United States. United States has been struggling a little bit with performance. Their statistics, you'll see this a little later on, they've been somewhat low, and Canada has the chance to really force the play. but that's not the kind of shot that's going to do it. You know, half on the rings. And we have a technical timeout.
I think you threw my rock, but which one do you want?
And this is the kind of thing. So the opening rock,
No, I was like, let's hit
Team
it.
Canada threw the wrong color. And so they're just going to make a quick change.
I wouldn't even have noticed. I knew something was off. I was looking down at that.
Is that maybe show the lack of concentration at the start of the game from both these sides?
You know, I don't know. I mean, they seem entertained by it. This might loosen them up. This might be a good thing for both of these teams in some strange way. Both of these teams have been playing kind of tight. They've been physically looking like they're under pressure during the first 6 games of this championship. Maybe that's the kind of thing that'll loosen these teams up and get them playing at the level that they're both capable of.
Monica Walker just playing the hit and roll into the house.
Yeah, that's a nice shot for Monica.
Right up. Well, I did not think it was 9. Wait's good.
So there's no sweeping on this one. Line might be a little on the high side. And this is an opportunity for USA to throw that free guard zone corner guard.
Yeah, there we see the rules of play and the round robin stages. It's 6 ends minimum, 38 minutes thinking time, and 1 60-second time out. USA with the first chance to really get something going on.
Yeah, and this is going to be a corner guard. So that means it's out in front of the scoring area. That 12-foot circle that's on the ice. And what that does is that allows USA a place to hide a rock behind. That's ultimately what they're going to try and do.
A little slower than coming home.
Canada cannot remove that stone from play just yet.
Should be close.
2.5. Wait's good.
Not moving at all.
Okay.
So with that, Dana Ferguson's been asked to throw a center guard.
Okay, it's trying now.
Just above your broom.
Yep, hard. Yep. Good judge, guys. 15-8. Good, Dana.
Good sweep. Good wait. Okay.
So USA just electing to bump the center off and roll another corner. Is that a good call?
Yeah, I think this is a great call. It puts control to both wings for USA. It frees up the center of the ice. And Taylor Anderson looking to hit a good chunk of that stone and roll over to the corner, and that's a well-done shot for Taylor.
Same weight. Yeah.
A little more. Oh, yeah.
Weights, I think more extension though. Weight's good.
Still
2.5.
We don't want it too tight.
Okay.
We don't want it to roll in.
3.
Okay, just 3.
Sorry. Coming down.
Longer is better. I just don't want her to be able to roll in.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Good.
Good spot. Nice. Good judge. 5-7.
Canada pursuing the center guard. Is that something you would do, or would you maybe take one of the guards off or come around them?
Well, the problem is if you take one of the guards off, Kenny, the other one's still there to use. So at this point, Chelsea Carey and Team Canada are trying to force the play and own the center line.
Yep. 9.
you say that's a mistake?
That is a mistake. So the idea that they're playing here, and you can see this, is now the center of the ice is protected and blocked, and USA definitely wanted to keep that open, pull the play to the wings. Now Team Canada is going to use that center guard.
Should be close. Wait's all there right now. T.
Sarah Wilkes.
Top four. Wait only room. Okay. Line's not bad. Still room.
Had a steady tournament.
Back four. Just wait.
Probably Canada's best player so far.
No, it's all there.
I think it'll come down in the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah,
T.
back four here.
Just let it sit. Just T. Just let it sit.
Think.
Good, sir. 3-6. Yeah, did run better.
That's a really good shot. She would have loved that to be above that center line, bisecting the scoring area. But it's still something that USA is going to have to contend with.
Sarah Anderson, the 24-year-old.
Close, yep.
Trying to sweep this one for line. Have they got past the guard?
They do not. I think they're ticking it. Hopefully it's a weight that can stick on the rings, but
Yeah.
rolls all the way through.
It's sweet.
Just wasn't the cleanest of releases there, was it, Anne?
No, Sarah's got a bit of an active release. You'll see that in both the sisters, actually. They've got quite a bit of movement at release, and they're very comfortable making shots that way, but every now and again it can trip you up.
Just above your broom.
Hard, Rochelle, you got it.
Both of you go then.
Hard, Rochelle.
Hard for legs. Got to bite center.
Little more.
Keep going.
Little
Keep going.
more.
Keep going. Keep going.
So we'll just
Little more. Hard.
throwing this one tight.
Yeah, put the guard right back up. It's a wonderful shot from Team Canada.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Good
good,
sweep.
nice.
Wait was okay.
She's giving more ice.
Okay. You got it.
So Sarah gets a chance to throw this shot again. So hopefully a little bit of a cleaner release.
Soft. Yep, a little bit flat. Yep.
Is that a cleaner release, Anne?
Yeah, I think for Sarah that is her kind of normal hand movement. And looks like she's got a pretty good shot there. She didn't get it all the way out, but she did move it off the forefoot and off that LGT logo called the button in the center of the rings.
Yeah, let's take another look at this. See the green lights appearing on to indicate that it has been released before the hog line.
Yeah, that's a clean release based on the foul line.
So it should be the
So,
same as her pack there. She said it didn't feel sticky to her. It looked like it to me, though. What do you guys think?
She said it didn't feel sticky or it did?
She said it did not.
No, it wasn't. It was pretty similar to your draw for hammer. If anything, one or
Pinch
two
slower?
feet slower.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's lots of discussion for Chelsea. She knows the opportunity
Up 4.
that is in front of her here. She can put a ton of pressure on Team USA skip Jamie Sinclair with a well-executed draw
Settle
here.
there.
Wait only right now.
Line close. T.
Just wait.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So we have the time clock in the bottom right-hand corner, and we've seen around 14.5 seconds as
Hard
T
Rochelle.
weight. This one looks a little heavy, Anne.
Hard.
Yeah,
hard,
this
hard,
looks
hard, hard,
very
hard.
heavy, and
Whoa,
Canada
whoa, whoa.
wisely plays the audible. What a shot as far as playing the reality of what you're given as a vice skip. And that's Sarah Wilkes' call to hold the line and play the rub and redirect. It's maybe not the perfect way to get this draw behind the center guard on the button, but it works.
Try to get nose if we can. Okay.
So now it's Jamie Sinclair's turn to play this same exact line that her vice skip, Sarah Anderson, threw twice. They should know how this line is running and how to manage the weight.
Looks as if it's got past that top yellow. Trying to get this to curl.
Yep, that's what's happening with the outside sweeper. And USA kind of jumped the release there. And that rock ran pretty straight for a while down the sheet. So that's maybe the difference in the releases that you're seeing there. Sarah Anderson's curled right away. Jamie Sinclair's is going to run a little bit longer before hitting the break point on the ice. And that might have been the line call error that happened there.
Should be nice underfoot here. They've thrown stuff.
Yeah,
they have. Okay.
You got this, Chelsea.
A wide open hit for Canada. Probably look to roll underneath.
Yeah, now we'll see how much Team Canada learned from Team USA's activity down this path. Same thing happening here, and this is about the weight. Are you throwing more weight, less weight? And that's a really good shot from Chelsea Carey.
Okay. Weight was okay?
I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Weight was okay?
11-3.
Oh, there you are. You got it. Control. Okay. It's running nice here. This is the 5th rock down his path.
Yeah, this will be the final stone of the first end. USA being forced into taking their one.
Yeah, and that all actually goes back to that nose hit on the center line peel. You can trace this entire end back to that half shot from the second of USA.
Well, they're on this one early. This one looks to be all over the guard, and
this is moving dramatically towards that center line guard.
have they tapped another one in? Have they tapped another one in? They have. They're sitting 3. And a disastrous start for the USA. It's a steal of 3 for Canada. And that just came from nowhere. So after the first, USA trailing Canada 3-0. Big mistake by Jamie Sinclair. Caught a guard that really wasn't in play.
Yeah, there was no need to be at all clever or cute with that guard, and USA is going to spend the next couple of ends trying to recover from that shot.
No. Watching that. Well, she said it, so we're like, you could get away with one to do it, so we didn't think so.
Back with the action in the second end. Canada stealing 3 from the United States.
Yeah.
The lines of hair
that is not the start any team out here would look for.
Weed's not bad, Toppy.
But it's going to be a true measure of USA's toughness and their ability to persevere through a difficult situation.
Good, Rochelle. Toppy, top 4. Look at that, right in the middle.
They're going to have to be aggressive, take advantage of their hammer. And they, again, they had a nice setup going. If they could have just sustained a couple of made shots, they really only missed 1 or 2 shots throughout the end, but that was enough to give Canada a huge score of 3 points in that opening end.
Where is it? 1.
And now it's going to require just a little guts, right? You're going to have to dig pretty deep for Team USA.
This one's got to make it over that black hog line, and it doesn't. Has to be over that hog line to be in play.
Yeah, that is a very uncharacteristic miss by Monica Walker. She has played a really steady tournament. She has put the rocks in such good position time and time again. You know, that might be just a lack of focus coming from the difficult outcome from the first end.
Crazy. Hard then. Look up. Tight, top 12.
Yeah, it was very interesting to look at the dynamic of the Team USA after the loss of that free.
Yeah, that's tough for any team to handle.
Okay. Good job,
It really is so disappointing. And you know your goal coming into this game was to play your best game. And you know against a very strong team like Chelsea, Carey, and company that you're going to need to bring your very best effort. And to have it go so awry so early in the match is really a challenge.
2.5. Looks all there. 2.
This one a little better from Monica Walker.
Hard. Nice throw on. Nice sweep.
Yeah, and now with the setup, the rock and the top 4 foot for Canada and a pretty well-placed centerline guard, Canada gets the chance to come around that guard. Dana Ferguson just going to throw this counterclockwise rotating draw.
Line's good. Yep. Hard line. Top 12, top 8. Hard line, gotta go. Hard, Rochelle, really gotta go. You got it. Top 12.
Should get past the guard.
Come on, you got it. Go.
They do.
Great sweep, Rochelle. Good. Nice, Dana. 4-8.
That's a really nice draw, and on top of that stone in the 4 foot. As we jump over to sheet A, Switzerland facing Latvia.
Yeah, and this is an opportunity for skip 4th stones thrower, Alina Petz. She's throwing a draw with her last stone. So she wants this to land full 4 foot, maybe covering part of the button. There's a lot of curling left to do for this rock. It's got to get all the way to this 4 foot. Esther Nuntronder doing everything she can to help move that rock. And it just doesn't quite get enough of the 4 foot. And Switzerland is held to a single point in that first end. They're up 1-0 as they play 2.
2.5, 3. Okay.
And we take a look over at Finland and Russia. This is Russian skip Elena Kovalena.
Oh, I thought I
She has an opportunity, pretty wide open draw to score 2 points in the opening end.
halfway, 2.5.
Not moving yet.
2.5. 3.
Team Russia has been very impressive throughout this championship. They've made complicated shots, but more importantly, they've executed these open opportunities with great precision, and they do so yet again here. And it's 2 points for Russia after the first end.
Came out with a ton and
Yeah, the final matchup over on sheet D is China taking on Germany.
And another high-performing player, Wang Rei, 4th stones thrower for Team China. She's got an open hit front end, working furiously to hold the line. And they hit and roll in to the full forefoot just for fun. It's 2 points, China. Germany with the hammer as they play the second.
I think I'll be solid normal out here.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Well, I'm a little surprised they're hitting this red out wide rather than maybe trying to come around again.
You know, this is all about having a 3-point lead. They don't want to let anything build up. They saw the odd thing that happened in the first end, and they don't want that to happen to themselves. So take care of that on the wing.
I thought I killed it. I killed it.
I thought it was the difference between your rocks.
It's kind of like mine. Like,
It was a bit of a weird throw.
I thought I threw mine here, like good enough to make it. Just
because I came
it ran
hard
more than I
going
was used to.
dead handle, like I killed it and then it didn't curl.
Okay.
So hack weight, they're looking to hit just as much of the Yellowstone in the top of the rings as they can and roll underneath their corner guards.
Well, there's another disaster catching that yellow guard.
And not fully removing it from play is actually probably the biggest disaster.
Felt very similar to that way.
Okay.
It's in the hole.
Yeah.
Why?
Brian
I'll give you a
Cochran,
little less than Dana's.
Okay.
the coach for Team USA.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah. Okay.
And there's Dan Carey, father of Chelsea, coach for Team Canada.
Yeah, they've got to both be a little surprised by the opening
You're good.
opening end and the opening play here. One in a happy way and one in an unhappy way.
Let it sit.
Just halfway.
Whoa.
Over and off, probably.
Not
We're
Dana.
like high.
Not Dana.
Go.
Not Dana.
Yeah, but I like that one a little closer.
Yeah, that guard sits a little long.
Like
because
like
the movement of this ice
really
has been
curling. I'm
so
like, no,
nice.
Don't sweep it. It's fully buried.
Good.
I thought it was going further than I'm like, don't sweep it.
I know, I'm like, I think we want Dana.
So Sarah gets another look at this shot.
Hack up. A little more. Hack up. Hard.
So this single sweeper, Monica Walker, she is furiously trying to hold the line, get past that guard.
Yep.
Have they hit the jackpot though?
Can you?
I'm not sure their second count.
Oh, sorry, I'll say it.
Yeah.
Well, just
Yeah.
things not going Team USA's way.
Yeah, the struggles really
close.
continue for
Yeah,
Team
okay.
USA right now.
On the guard the 6.
Yeah.
Lever the 2.
Just kind of, guard the hole and the 6.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
like basically straight in front of the 6 does both,
I like
right?
it, Chelsea.
Okay, your side's straighter, right?
Yeah. We were taking
Like here for draw to the button. Okay, so I'm thinking like there. Does that look close to you?
Yeah, I like it. You got it.
I'd rather undercurl it a bit because if she has to cross it, it's a way harder shot.
Like that's what I feel like you see a lot of this like coming down in the house.
Ideally, a 1 just right in front of that red.
Okay.
To take away both.
Okay.
If it's a little deeper and it just blocks the hole, it's okay. Like lever the raise.
Okay.
This is the widest we've been.
Yeah. I'm thinking you think it 2, and it'll probably come down
Okay.
to a 1. I don't want to throw too much more because you don't see the come down
So-
till a little later. But
Okay. We can
What's
always
the perfect position,
chip and
Anne,
roll off
for
that red
this
too. So
yellow
just,
guard?
just let us know
Well,
where the
you,
weight is.
you
Okay.
can hear Team
have some
Canada
options.
saying
Okay.
how much they're looking to get from this shot. They are looking to not only block that path that USA was trying to go down on Sarah Anderson's shots, but they're also trying to block the run back.
okay, 2. Line
So
12,
the perfect
2.
position is going to
Wait
be
only right now.
directly in front
It's
of
really nice.
the inside
Good.
red
Okay,
rock,
2.
but deep enough to block
Just
the
here.
draw
Whoa.
or access
Just
to
past your broom. Just
the
past your
shot
broom.
stone and
Just
the
clean
top
it,
of the
Dana.
ring.
Just past your broom. Whoa.
Oh,
Just clean it. Just clean
Sit.
it. I'm just gonna let it die. Sit. Okay,
Well.
good. That carried really
And that's a
nice.
really good shot. That does take away both of those shots.
run the wider one.
Yeah. I don't mind the draw.
So what's left for USA now?
Might be a
Well,
bit fresh
they
out
can
here.
either play the
Very
aggressive
fresh.
angle run, which they talked about, or now they've settled in on the draw. And the draw is really USA's best way of scoring 2 points, really with a guarantee. You've got 2 rocks left, and doing everything you can to put those 2 rocks onto the scoreboard is really all you want when you have that last stone. There is a path here to the 4-foot. And Jamie's going to do her best to take it.
Yeah.
For speed then.
Okay. Piece of the 4, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so as Jamie settles in, it's all about draw weight. She did throw a wonderful draw in the pregame practice. She put her draw right on top of the button. So working off of that knowledge and that experience is going to be key for her executing this shot.
Super's going pretty hard in this one.
Wait only.
Mine's good.
Here, let me get in there.
Certainly past the top guard.
Right here, guys. Right here.
She's played a really good shot.
Yeah, she has. Might have slipped just a hair too far, but it's a wonderful draw, and it puts a lot of pressure on Chelsea Carey.
Yeah, that one looks like
It's
close.
I like it.
Second one down, but I think similar thing, like 13-8. Couple feet more than Dr. Hammer.
We don't even need to be frozen to it, but that would be great if we have the weight in the line.
Okay, just full 4.
Yeah, even just top 4 is okay. Like
See
she's
that
got to
red's
make a long
finished.
tap or something. So
Okay.
Really
just
nicely
shrink
in behind
the
that
scoring
yellow
area as
guard.
much as we can.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
like that.
Swing
completely
for 2 it
hidden.
early,
Let's make
and then
it, yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I had a 14 on hers, so I'm thinking it's a pinch slower, but not bad.
Okay, it is a pinch, yeah. Just a pinch.
But slower than my draw to the button speed
Yep.
by a foot or 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the chatter is always very specific for Chelsea Carey. The speed of the ice, exactly how different it is with each successive rock down a path. She's
Okay.
very
Hold it right
connected
now.
to that as
Back
an
8.
athlete.
Clean. Close.
Only
Round.
line's good.
Back 8. Round.
Oh, then,
Whoa.
whoa!
Me?
Just wait. Yeah.
Is this one hanging a little wide?
Well,
Yeah.
it looks a little heavy,
Yeah.
but this one's
Gotta go
coming
get
down
it, hard.
nicely. It's starting to
Hard,
bend.
hard, 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 hard.
They're not going to quite get to
Okay.
USA's rock, but they do shrink the size of the rings for Jamie.
Good, Chelsea.
Good sweep.
Good.
And Jamie's got to play a tough shot to score her 2.
I don't know if that was me or
Even easy
we
peel.
need, full 4.
I think just firm. It should be pretty straight. Like that? Yeah. You got this.
So just looking to come down, catch the quarter stone and roll into the 4-foot.
Yeah, so she's just got to be careful that she doesn't do anything crazy and throw so much weight that she can knock herself off the 4-foot, spin out the back.
Full 4.
There is an option that she could maybe play a tap up on the
Should
rock
be pretty straight.
that's in the middle, but that's also a way to give your opponent potentially a score, another steal.
Here's the final stone of the second end. Jamie Sinclair looking to get some points on the board. Will it be 1 or will it be 2?
Easy peel. Yep. Whoa. 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 Yeah.
This one looks a little high at the moment. Just didn't curl enough at the end, and it's only going to be a single point for the USA. Not what they were looking for in the second end. So after 2, it's United States 1, Canada 3.
Had to make the
I know.
They're very different. Yeah.
So let's make sure we're clarifying that.
Okay.
This whole side is slower than that whole side,
Yes.
certainly coming home, I think. So my draw to the button and Sarah's draw to the button are not the same thing, right? Like mine was quite a bit slower. So let's just make sure we're talking about that when we're talking about speeds. This one was like, I mean, they swept Jamie's the whole way and it was a 4.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Do we want to do a little off center for the center guard?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, if they make it, we put it back. Cool. Let's have a good.
You want me to take your 4?
Sure.
Give you 2's nice.
Nice, thank you.
As we head into the third end of this matchup between USA and Canada. It's Canada with their noses in front, 3-1. And they really have been the better side so far, haven't they, Anne?
Yeah, they might have gotten a little lucky on the third point, the third stolen point in the first end, but they are outperforming Team USA up and down the lineup right now. There was a little hope in that last end for USA. They put a couple of shots in decent position, and Jamie Sinclair is calling good shots. They just need to make them.
Okay, this should be good ice there.
Yeah.
Should
Okay.
pretty close.
So
Yeah. You got it, Michelle.
have they called the split once again?
Yeah, Canada is going to try and create 2 corners or roll their shooter on the rings. They're just going to move that USA rock a little further to the wing.
Oh. Yep.
Yep, yes, yes.
Right up, right up, right up, right up, right up. Shooter, 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 shooter.
Go, go, go.
Atta girl.
It's a really nice shot by splitting that off.
That's a beautiful shot. You can see that
shot.
whole
Perfect,
area in
Sorry?
the forefoot is wide open, and now there's a beautiful corner guard on the one side of the ice for Team Canada to use. And if they should need it,
3.
the middle of the ice is open.
2.
Right here, guys.
2. It's all there.
You're up.
3, 2. I like it right there. Nice, that's good.
Just throwing this one up onto the center, looking for some protection on that center line.
Yeah, and Canada is going to try the tick shot again. I mean, why not? Your lead just made a beautiful one. You know Rochelle can do it again.
I think she had to with this.
Here more.
Yeah.
Wait close.
Oh.
Get a little more hack.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Must be very close with this.
Yeah, they're on and off the sweeping.
Another fantastic shot. Pushes the red guards to the left-hand side and leaves 2 corners.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautifully managed by Team Canada. And those shots are really just so difficult for the opposition to manage. Any game plan that USA had involves getting a center guard up, if not 2 center guards.
2, 3, 3.
Oh, just 2.
Oh. 2.
Looks all there. Really tight, maybe 4.
3.
USA pursuing the center guard route once again.
Well, they really have to. I mean, being down by 2 points, even if you end up giving up 1,
Try to get it thin.
forcing
Yeah.
requires you to have
Yep.
something in play.
Hey, you got it, Dina.
A difficult shot for the skips last on your opposition.
Whoa.
Heel.
Whoa.
No.
No, 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 no. Getting the wrong one first. Close. Yep, yep,
Well,
yep, yep. Hard
they
serve,
make
hard
a
serve.
nice hit and run through to the 12-foot.
Good sweep.
Do you think that was the call?
I'm not sure it was the call. It looked to me that Dana might have been a little bit wide on her release, but it certainly was there, obviously, for the taking. So now Taylor gets to play the hit and roll.
10-5. Oh, yeah. Oh. 10-3. Yep.
Well, this ends taking shape. We'll take a look at China versus Germany. Daniela Jentsch, the skip for Germany, with the last stone.
Yeah, and she's in a difficult position. She's playing a run back takeout here. She needs a very precision shot. She gets the angle, she gets the double, and that's 3 points for Germany. What a shot. High fives all around at a 1-point lead. We take a look at Switzerland and Latvia. Latvia sitting shot stone on the button, and an opportunity for their skip to get a second point and take the lead here in the second end. Iveta Sarsune looking for a piece of the button, full forefoot. Her sweeper's working furiously to drag this stone. Does it have enough? It's a foot short. And with that, Latvia ties it up. Switzerland has the last stone advantage as they play 3.
This path runs pretty straight. Okay. It's good. 8-8.
Yep.
Yeah.
So shots are wide open right now.
Right to it. Clean. Great sweep, Rochelle. Good, Sarah.
Good. What's that?
9-4.
I always feel like it's so much more.
Now, unconventionally, USA is trying to roll to the corner. You know, the team without hammer wants to control the center as much as possible, but there's nothing left there for USA. And so they've got to take what they're given. And this is a hit and roll to the corner.
That's a nice hit and roll. And of course, Canada to go after them.
Yeah.
Chase it.
Okay.
Bumper.
Good little movement here.
One
Yeah.
more.
I like bum. Like an 11.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. I think they should curl a bit, hey?
Yeah, I like that.
This is probably a fresh path.
They threw it here.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay.
They threw the same shot.
Okay.
So I think one of the nice things that Team Canada does, and this is Chelsea Carey, she really asks for input from her players. She is not a dictator by any means out there. She really wants buy-in from the whole entire team, wants all 4 of them involved in each shot.
Hard for peace. Gotta go. Come on, Rochelle. Gotta go. Go.
Past the guy guard by a long way and slips past everything.
It was 11-2. It was fine.
Great way. Shoot.
Yeah, maybe just a little too much ice there.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit too much weight.
It's just written. No, it's you didn't do anything
You
wrong.
got it.
I think maybe that would set up the double.
Yeah, that's a tough combination. Too much ice and too much weight.
Basically, stayed right
The
where you
dreaded
threw it.
silent
Wait,
hit.
it was good. It was a good throw.
No contact there, and you can see this go well by the guard and narrowly missing the USA stone in the rings.
What do you think?
Well, this is the first rock down this path, I think.
It's not going to be as bad as that, though, I don't think,
I
right?
don't think so.
Okay,
Same as
stop
LSD.
it.
Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Jamie Sinclair
Taylor!
split the house.
Yeah, this shot is to create as much separation between the 2 stones as possible. She needs this on the rings.
Well, I backed up off this one. This one is absolutely nowhere.
High five.
Did that pick or something, or?
I think it's just fresh.
Yeah. My info
Well,
was
that's
bad, sorry.
No,
good.
that curled a mile too.
Yeah.
10 feet away from where they were looking for it. What went wrong with that one, Anne?
I think that's just a plain and simple misread on the leg drive for Jamie Sinclair in the weight selection. They said it was curling right away. You can see how hard that's moving. You know, that might have grabbed something. I mean, that really is curling. We have not seen that kind of movement. So I'm going to switch my assessment after seeing that a second time, that may have grabbed a little piece of something that's on the surface of the ice.
Right up here.
So a chance again for Canada to go after this red that's in behind the corner guard. You've got to think they'll make it the second time.
Whoa.
Yeah, so long as they learned from the first one.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Well, pushes it into the open.
All the way.
Yeah, that's just a tough spot. And now Jamie gets a chance to throw that shot again.
Whoa. Yep.
So you can see Rochelle Brown furiously trying to make it curl. That technique out to the left of your shooting rock. It's to make the stone curl a little bit more, try to get as much contact as possible.
Same thing, guys.
So lots of half shots in this third end.
Yeah, USA needs just one well-made draw right here, and they can force Canada to taking a single point and get back that last stone advantage playing the fourth end. And with any kind of miscue out of Team Canada skip, you might steal a point.
Better wait. It's all there.
Line's good.
So just probably looking for about 14-3, maybe.
Yeah, right about that. And you can see this one moving much differently than the last stone.
13-6. I think it's going to stop just back tee.
Certainly back tee.
Good job.
It's not, it's pulled up right on the tee line.
Yeah, that ends up being a great shot for USA. They would have liked that to curl a little bit more, I think, and force Team Canada to a draw.
Just draw.
Okay.
Oh, that's what they are doing.
This is the same path we were throwing in.
Perfect.
It's a little bit tighter than mine, but I think it'll be fine.
Okay,
So
yeah,
well
speed should
played
be the same.
second shot from Jamie Sinclair. And I definitely believe her first stone picked after seeing that second
So
one.
I need to give you a bit less than I gave you on this last draw.
Just a hair, yeah. That was
Really
just
no
back four.
doubt.
Okay.
There's the last stone for Chelsea Carey.
Talk to me. Okay.
Needs
All there right now.
fully 8 foot.
Line.
They have said this
Settle
left-hand
down.
side of the sheet is a little
I don't
slower
think
than the
so,
right.
though, Dana. Curling now. Yeah.
We're still, I think we're okay.
It's really curling.
Going
Okay.
sideways, line fine
Yeah,
still.
we're okay.
This one's okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of really good communication down the sheet.
Yeah.
And with that good communication, the rock lands
throw,
full
Chelsea.
4 foot.
Yeah, so after 3 ends, it's United States 1, Canada 4.
I didn't mind it, and they were like not touching it. I was like, I thought it was okay.
Good. Nice toss. Really good.
Yeah. What was that?
3-9.
Okay.
This way, but still.
I would have thought I wanted to give it like a full
Yeah.
two
I like
this evening, so that makes some sense. With it, like you didn't touch it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we
I think
just need
I think you just let it like kind of catch. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Usually
makes a
we're
big difference if
usually
you're like,
I'm
even if
on
you're just
it, like
cleaning
clean early.
and it holds the line better. I think if you're off, same with this one. Like if
The
you're off,
curl
yeah,
is
it's just gonna.
Let's
Yeah.
just really be
I
specific
think for
about
now we
weight
have to
and
assume
line.
that's what's
Yeah.
good.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So this is very straight. That's good to know. I think we go in and then
Why'd she?
maybe 2 inch. She might throw 2 quarters.
Drawing in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Staff and then guide.
Here we are in the fourth end. United States 1, Canada 4. United States with last stone in its fourth end. And Answer Helm, join myself, Kenny Edwards. It's session 11 here in Silkeborg, Denmark, at the Women's World Championships.
Hard to forward. Full four if you can.
Sarah can get it there.
And USA
Keep going.
did create some chances in that third end.
Yeah, they actually had a successful end. I know they gave up a point to Team Canada, but that was the goal for the end. If you can't, once you didn't have any center guards, and they decided to go under the corner guards, that was really the end plan there. Force a single point, get the hammer back, take two, force again in the next end, take two, you've got a tie game. And USA's got to stick with that game plan, keep going after these ends when they have the last stone advantage. And know that this 5-rock free guard zone will give them the opportunity to score a couple of multiple point ends.
I got kind of scared. It kicked out
Like 6 feet more? Yeah, like probably kind of a titch less.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Rochelle Brown,
Okay.
82% for the tournament. As a league player, you'd certainly expect to be above 85. Is that fair, Anne?
Yeah, at this point in the tournament, you would think that lots of the lead stones, which are repetitive kinds of shots, you get to throw the same kind of shot over and over again, that you would have connected to the speed of the ice, the movement of the ice, how these rocks act and react, and definitely have a little bit higher percentage. But that being said, she's pretty close. She's at 82%. Monica Walker, 84%, right there on the cusp. She's been putting rocks in outstanding positions.
Just 6, line's good. 4, 5. Go, go, go. Line's good. Finish if you can. Little finish.
So looking for a
finish,
piece
finish,
of the
finish.
rings.
Yep.
The Twins with a solid sweep.
2.5 feels good too.
You got it, Dana. Halfway.
And now it's Dana Ferguson's turn to throw the guard.
Line's good.
I think we're halfway. Halfway. Yeah. Weight's close.
Tracking.
Really don't
Dana.
need half.
Tracking right now. Getting better.
3.
Oh,
Really
do you want me to
curling.
go?
No
Curling.
finish. Over curling. It picked.
Picking.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yep. That's good.
Well, that's a pretty lovely
Okay.
pick.
Good throw,
I think
Dana.
that's a pick. That rock spun to a perfect spot for Team Canada.
I think we were throwing like forward in this path before, but
Nice
good
hack.
speed.
And crashing on the center. is
That's not bad.
acceptable.
Yeah. Good release.
Yeah, you know things are going your way if you get a pick up and it lands right on the center line, guarding your two
Looks
that's
heavy to me.
on the 4 foot. Taylor Anderson at 75% for the tournament. Her stats for this game are nowhere near that.
Never.
Good weight. 12-7.
All the way, Sarah.
Yep.
All the way. All the way.
Yep. Hard. Go, 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 go.
Well, that shot's going to help those in-game stats quite a bit. That's a very difficult shot,
I don't know why I'm sweeping
and
these.
Taylor executes it perfectly.
Here, you got it, Dana. Am I
Oh,
trying to
two
roll
reds
to
in
the middle?
behind
I think just
this
peel
corner
it.
guard.
Okay. Just checking. Peel.
Yep. Really gotta go.
Hard.
Would you ever be tempted to swing another one around that centre?
Yeah, you might as well go, I think. As far out as you can.
Well, I think that might be a little aggressive at this
Dana.
point. There is a chance for a double takeout. You've got that wide open rock on the side of the 4 foot that USA could
Draw
use.
path here, so should be good speed. But make sure I'm there.
I think it's maybe a little risky, and the reward is not high enough at this point. There's a lot of game left.
Good ad.
7,
Big ad.
8.
Line's good. It's a bit tight.
Looks light to me.
It's hot.
Go, line. Line's tight.
5. Go, guys.
Okay, whoa.
Good sleep. Sorry.
So USA is setting up a couple of rocks in play here.
Good job.
Okay. Be straight here.
Yeah, good opportunity to maybe move 2 of these red stones as we take a look at sheet A. Switzerland and Latvia all tied in the third end. A gaggle of stones in that house.
Yeah, they're using them all in this end. And with that, Alina Petz has a precision hit. She's got to navigate a port and hit in the exact right spot to hold her shooter. Oh, she's playing the in-off. Needs. Doesn't quite catch it, and Latvia steals a single point.
Is it out?
I think so.
Yeah, so Latvia leading that one 2-1 after 3. Russia, Finland in the third end. It's Russia with a 2-point advantage.
Yeah, but sitting shot stone is Finland. So Ona Kauste, the skip from Finland, she's got a draw for 2 points to tie up this game.
Oh.
Sweepers are right off. Now they're getting a little closer for Finland. It's looking good. They can stop anywhere in that 8-foot. But let's put it right on the button for fun. That's a tie game. Russia's got the hammer as they play the fourth.
Yeah, it looks fine out of her hand.
So back with our feature game. With not coming around and going after them wide stones, USA have got themselves into a nice spot.
Yeah, you can see that they've got some opportunity building here, and the pressure's going to mount on Team Canada.
Well, whatever.
But not getting into the top of that 8-foot first. It's put a little bit of pressure on Canada.
Okay, should be close.
Right now.
Top 4! Top 4! Line's good.
Line's good.
Little room.
Wait only.
Top 4!
Room.
Okay.
Whoa.
This one's got a little bit of running on it.
And if this sits wide, it'll give Team USA pretty easy access to a double takeout there.
Okay. Sorry.
It's not a great shot, is it, Anne?
No, that is really quite disastrous location. You can see USA, a nose hit gives them an opportunity to sit 1, 2, and 3 count in the rings. If they hit a little on the outside, they can sit 1, 2, and 3 tucked under cover.
68% for Sarah Anderson.
Whoa! Whoa! Clean! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Catches that one the wrong side.
Yeah, that's just a missed call on the sweep, and I'm not sure if they communicated the weight correctly.
We don't need to go quite
The
as
good
wide
news
as
for
last
USA,
time, so
they're
speed should be a bit
sitting
better.
shot 1 and
That's another
2,
button. I think that's
but they
minimum
could have
though,
been
right?
1, 2, and 3 in
Yeah, you got it, Chelsea.
a
got
significant
something on your
control
slider.
Yeah, I
position.
can feel it.
We knew that lighter was. That was my bad. I should have.
Yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
No, my fault. But
Let's freeze the back one.
Okay. Where is the back one?
Top, like we're just going top 4.
Okay.
So this is my draw to the button
Sarah Wilkes,
path basically. It's like a broom head
82%.
wider.
Okay.
Like I
So I
said,
think it'll
probably
be
the most
decent speed,
consistent
probably
player in
similar
Team
to
Canada so
this
far.
path.
Yeah, and that really speaks to the key matchup here for this game. Sarah Anderson
So I'd like to give you probably
versus
3 feet
Sarah
less than I
Wilkes
gave you on
at
that
that
one, hey? So
third
we can keep
position.
that 2 anyway?
Who is going
I'd
to
say 2, yeah.
kind of outperform the other? Your skip has got to show up in every game. Your skip can never take a game off. Your leads are making their shots, so the middle of the lineup is really where the difference is going to happen in this game. So far, the edge is definitely to Sarah Wilkes.
T.
Wait, T, we're to it.
Yeah.
Line's good.
Line. To it, little bump.
Whoa!
Line. Yeah.
Just trying to get this one right round. Got to get past that top red.
Hard, Rochelle, you gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
That is a really, really good sweep from the front end.
Wow.
Rochelle Brown really working that one, holding it all the way down.
Really good way. Really good shot, Chelsea.
Great sweep.
She certainly earned her wages with that one.
You held that or held a loss?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how hard she's working and sweeping straight up the line, a little to the outside, trying to keep the rock moving and hold it straighter in line,
You gotta go. You gotta go. Go, go, go.
and being encouraged all the way down the sheet by third Sarah Wilkes.
This is risky. Hair light. Just leave it at. Tap this.
Yeah.
Try to get separation.
Obviously the sides aren't matched, but I think there's a little more slide there.
Push it all around, yeah. Right, leaves them shot, but then you might have to play at it. We could also call time. Yeah, I think those are our 3 options. But yeah, we could call time if you'd like. I don't think you have very much of that 5, that's the thing. I mean, that's a pretty tough shot.
Yeah, and this, coming at this way, curls hard, and we probably roll off a bit.
A hair, yeah. That
You're
might
thinking
be
like
the way to
back
go.
All the
though.
coaches
Yeah.
having
I
a
like
look
this
at the proceedings here.
Not even, like, just gotta move it
Yeah,
back 8.
Okay.
getting up, looking around,
Just tapping you.
standing up, checking out the angles.
All you can do is come down onto the yellow, bump the red back maybe 2 or 3 feet.
Yeah, and take the control position on top of the yellow, and then with your next shot, remove it from play.
Yeah, just
Because
back
right
12.
now, that red stone on the button, it is the count shot, but it is also the back
Honestly, if you
guard
take the top red, that's
on
not too bad
the
either.
Canada stone. And the way for USA to score multiple points at this
Okay,
juncture
stiff
is
here.
to unlock that.
Yeah, not quite as keen.
Okay.
Just back 4. Lights. Yep. Yep.
Jamie Sinclair only at 68%.
Hard line. 7, 8.
Now remember that sweep you saw by Rochelle Brown,
Let's get it by the
Team Canada.
Hard. Go, go,
You
go,
need
go,
that
go,
kind of
go,
power
go,
to hold the line.
Hard, go.
This one is
Yes,
over
hard,
curling.
hard, hard.
Good sweep.
Well, so it's 1 and 3.
Tough one. Slash is only for 2, but it's probably for
4-2.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought this was out counting that.
Yeah.
So I don't think she has much there. The straight draw for 2. I think
Yeah.
that's what we guard, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Canada
Be
seem to be happy about giving up one.
that. Pretty similar
Get
to
that
the one
last
I
stone
threw.
advantage
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
Yeah,
You got
Okay.
it, Chelsea.
that last stone is really so vital in the sport. Just knowing you have it allows you to play a little bit more freely,
I don't think she
allows
has
you to
anything
play a
with
little
those for
more
2.
aggressively.
So discard this draw.
Okay.
Should be really similar to the guard I threw in the first
Yeah.
Yeah.
second in.
Just 2.5,
Now,
3.
if Chelsea
Yeah,
can
probably
block
ideally
this
3.
path
Okay.
But
into
it's
the
mostly line.
forefoot,
Okay.
USA is going to have a very difficult time scoring 2.
So this ran pretty true.
Yeah,
Yes,
it ran
it
nice.
did.
Quite nice actually.
Yes, it was.
%72% for Chelsea.
Okay.
That's a hair light.
Line's
Dana
a
go.
little tight. Yeah, Dana.
3.
Go.
Okay.
Roll then.
Okay.
2.5. 2.5.
Line's
It's over
okay.
curling.
Okay.
Just let it sit.
2.5. Just let
2.
it sit. Just pass this one.
Just let it sit. Let it sit.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, good job. I think that spot's
Well,
really good.
the
It was
draw is
fine, I
still
just didn't
there.
set it.
Yeah, I think that spot's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. I
Really
just had
nice.
to.
Good weight, Chelsea.
Sorry, I I just
Yeah, I
kicked a
think
little
you could
too
come
hard.
down on the out turn and
Couldn't
still
get it to you.
get tight to that
Yeah.
yellow that's just in the 12 foot.
Not sure if it's there, but give it a shot.
Just throw a nice
Well,
straight release.
Yeah, it'll be a spinner.
Oh, you're gonna throw a spinner?
Yeah.
so a little extra rotation to hold that straight. That's what Jamie means by throwing a spinner.
Similar on this side?
Yeah, it's close
Yeah, a
to your
little
draw
quicker.
pass.
Same weight should be good.
Pretty
I
solid.
think it's all there.
Close. 8.
So just looking for a
Yep. Yep.
piece of the 1 foot.
Whoa. 8. 7. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Line looks good.
Gotta go for weight.
Have they navigated the port?
Close. Yep. Yep. Yep.
This one looks good, Anne.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, what a shot by Jamie Sinclair. Down onto the button for 2. What a score of 2. What a shot.
Good sweep, yeah. Great throw.
Yeah, we can see this spin right through the port, and the sweepers judging the weight. The communication on that shot was outstanding, and USA drives right through the port, right onto the button for a count of 2. That's a huge confidence boost for USA as they pull within 1 after 4
Good
ends.
catch. Center guard?
Yep.
Just 2.5. I mean, they're going to take it, but hopefully we get 1 miss and then we can sink 1 around.
Cool.
We're right back in this, guys.
Let's go.
Playing time.
Back with the action in the 5th end. United States 3, Canada 4. 4th end, Jamie Sinclair playing a fantastic draw to the button.
Yeah, absolutely stellar shot. And what you can hope for is that that moves the momentum for Team USA. If you're a US fan, that single shot is enough to kind of drive their energy and
No. Easy, easy, easy.
and the performance of the whole lineup.
No.
Yeah, she certainly needs to make up for that big mistake in that first end, though. Chipping the guard into play for 3 points for Canada.
Yeah, well, the best way to do that is to make a precision draw like she did.
Really coming down.
Hard, Dana. Hard,
And now we got to see if Rochelle Brown has
go right to it.
another
Right to it,
tick
right to it, right to it, right to
in
it.
her repertoire. What a weapon this shot is.
Nice, Rochelle.
Atta girl.
Good sweep.
Same thing.
Good shot, Rochelle. Here we go. Good. Perfect. Yeah, that ran well.
So Monica Walker needs to put another centerline guard back up.
2's good.
1.
Just a 2.
Sarah and Taylor Anderson
Curl if you
working
can.
really hard to
Yep,
get this
yep,
rock into
yep,
a good control position.
Okay.
Can I get the pick?
Should we pop over to Russia and Finland? Russia sits count 1 and 2 as their skip, Alina Kovaleva,
Dana, my finger. Whoa, Dana.
sends her final stone down the sheet of the 4th end. She's already going to increase her lead by 2. Will she be able to increase it by 3 points? Final, just gentle sweep from her front end. Perfect shot. And that's 3 for Russia. They've got a 5-2 lead after 4. And on our sheet, Rochelle Brown continues her ticking ways.
Yeah, opens that center up. It's exactly what Canada want in this 5th end. They want that center nice and clean. Should they get in trouble, they can draw with their last stone. We're going to switch live over to the Switzerland-Latvia game. 4th end. Switzerland trailing Latvia.
And there's a difficult hit and roll that Alina Petz comes up a little short once again. Not getting the production she wanted, allows Latvia to steal a point. It's going to be a 2-point lead for Latvia as they head into the 5th end.
Just a 2. 2. Just a 2. Looks all there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 2. He throws.
I'm impressed with USA's commitment here. Just keep going for the center line. You can see all the rocks that are starting to pile up. You might get a good bounce. You might get a redirect on one of these peels.
You got it, Dana.
Yeah, you just got to be patient, haven't you?
Yep.
Yep.
Hard. Quick. Gotta go on the shooter, Rochelle.
Go.
Go. Okay, good enough.
They almost get it there. You could see that. That was over curling by a bit.
Good.
Really shake the nose.
Yeah.
Got some corners up.
Got some action over here.
There's like 4 it's like
Three, 2.5.
So continuing with this center guard. This one looks a little heavy though.
Yeah, the sweepers are right off.
No.
Chance to hit and roll. She's looking for a control weight.
Yeah, I think at this point, all of a sudden, you've got all those corner guards up.
Yep. Normal, little down. Yep.
You might as well try and use them.
Whoa.
Two's going to be available for Team Canada here with a couple of well-executed shots.
no roll. Sorry,
This one
Claire.
just
Good throw. I thought that would
rolling a
curl.
little far.
Okay.
Yeah, and you hear Chelsea Carey say sorry that she may have had too wide of a target set for her 3rd. It's always nice when a skip kind of lets you know that you threw it well, confirm that what your choices were good. That's not the reason why the shot wasn't executed perfectly.
Might be in the same spot. Might be deeper.
This one also looking a little on the heavy side.
Yeah, it's a little lighter, but again, being so close to the rings, you can hit and roll your shooter on. And if you got behind all 4 of those stones on the left side of the screen, USA is going to have a tough time taking it out.
10-5.
Just trying to get this one going.
Yep, keep going, keep going. Roll, 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 roll. Roll, roll.
Oh, this is a really nice shot. Hits and rolls in behind the guards. So what do USA do now? They're going to be forced to come around themselves.
Yeah, and if they should miss or sit out in the open, it's going to be 2.
So over in Sheet D, China 4-3 ahead of Germany. Daniela Jentsch with the last stone.
Yeah, and her front end is on it right away, all the way down, trying to hold the line. They do so. Ends up with a single point. That game is all tied up after 4. 4-4.
Backing up off of this one. Looks as if it's got plenty of weight. Not really finishing either.
Yeah, that's the weight. It does sit shot stone in the back of the rings.
Yeah.
I think that's close.
I did not.
Yeah, you got it.
What'd you get?
Well, I'm embarrassed to say now.
You might be. What'd you get?
I got 13-4.
Well, one of us is right. 3-6 then. Speed's good here.
I don't think we need to be down to it. Let's just bury it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, there you see it. It's fully buried.
If it is heavy, let us know, and we'll like down to it's not the end.
Okay.
But
Looks like it's running like a low 4.
yeah, I think you want. Well, I think even at 4, I had 13-7 on Jamie's, and it really died in there.
Okay. Yeah, so 4 then's pretty low.
So a little slower than I've been throwing in. Hey.
Just a titch. Yeah.
Do you think they'll want to be right back on this one, or do they want it top tee?
Well, Team Canada wants this stone to be just a straight draw. If you go all the way back to it, USA just follows you down and forces you to a single point. By making a good draw above the tee line, Canada can take multiple points.
Back 12.
We're just backing.
So this one's
Yeah, we're to that red.
back 12.
To the red.
This one looks a little heavy.
Yeah. Right to it. Okay, good. Okay, good. I just thought she gave it a little more extension.
Also,
Okay. Good sweep.
A nice little pocket for the USA come along and just freeze it.
Okay.
So fourth end. Sinclair with her last.
pretty solid.
Really needed to make this shot.
Yeah, and this was one of the best team shots USA has had all week.
Shot.
And the outcome was 2 points go on the board. And they pull within a single point here as we were playing this 5th end. So that was last end. This end, Jamie needs another excellent draw. This one's a bit simpler. She just threw it.
They're having to go hard for weight, and looks really good. Is it going to be short though?
It's shot stone. It is not welded onto the back like they called, but is that enough?
Just through?
Yeah, I'm thinking back line.
Yeah, just throw similar weight to you through the last.
My first thought was like
here for your
And
draw.
take a
yeah, so like there.
Locked on it.
We have a long ways. You got it.
couple inches less ice.
Yeah, and that's what they took.
It's not really a whole lot more than I just threw. Like a foot or two. Yeah.
Yep, that's
Really,
exactly it. Yep.
really beautiful awareness from
we
Chelsea
tried it.
I
Carey.
do too. It looks good from here. We like it, Chelsea.
It's not a ton different than the weight I just threw.
Yeah.
Like just a couple feet.
In this evening game, she seems a lot more confident, doesn't she? She was putting the broom down, making the call, where the previous
back line.
game she's
Okay,
sort of
I like that.
questioning her decisions. But this evening she's broom down, that's the call, that's what I'm going to play.
Yeah, well, a steal of 3 in the opening end will give you a lot of confidence. What she needs now is a real good weight selection. She should know the line.
Back line hack. Slow. Clean. Back line. Slow. No.
Well, they've backed up off this one.
You got it.
Yeah, well, this is the hack line weight as opposed to back line.
Is it going to hang around? It is. We're kind of a little bit worried about that one. But it's a nice score of 2 in this 5th end for Canada. They head into the break 6-3 ahead of the United States.
Good. It's coming in. I'm like, you're
Good
good.
shot, Chelsea.
Oh my God,
Good
girl.
shot. I like it. And we can mix it up too. Like if we're throwing 10 in a row, we can throw a few ones. We can throw some.
Yeah.
So we just can't go. We just can't let them roll in. You know. So like no deeper than a 2.5.
Yeah.
I loved that throw.
Yeah,
I
I
really
was
liked
pretty
that in
positive,
turn.
but I thought that's how I wanted. I was
Yeah.
afraid once it got across the line that if I wasn't, it would really.
Yeah, no, it was. I really
work.
liked it. It was easy to read.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I liked it too.
First end of the matchup between United States and Canada. Jamie Sinclair looking to tap this one for 1, catches the guard, pushes the yellow into the 12-foot, gave up a steal of 3.
She said it, so we're like, you could get away with one.
3rd end.
It's a little bit tighter than mine, but I
USA
think it'll be
constructing a really good end. Chelsea Carey having to
All there right now. Yeah, it looks hot. Okay.
draw the 8-foot for a single point, which she done.
Yeah. Nice throw, Chelsea.
And here we are, last stone of the 4th.
Pretty solid.
USA sitting 1. Jamie Sinclair playing the out-turn draw through this little port, navigates it absolutely perfectly, right down onto the money. What a great shot by the young skip.
2-2.
Russia, Finland.
Yeah.
Last stone of the 5th end. Russia sitting 3. Una Costa needing to play a great double on these centre 2 reds to get a single.
Hey. 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 Hey.
This one just needs to curl here.
Hey. Hey. No.
Well, that's a really nice shot by the skip to get the single point in the 5th as they go into the break 5-3 down on Russia. Elsewhere in session 11, Switzerland trailing Latvia in what could be a bit of an upset on sheet A. Our feature matchup, USA 3, Canada 6, Russia 5, Finland 3, and all tied between China and Germany at 4-4.
Yeah, just keep chipping away. Keep getting some rocks in play. You put them in spots that had to make some good shots. So that's good.
Yeah, it's a strong half.
Yeah.
Yeah, strong half. Finish it off. No. You can still beat this team. Convinced of it.
Yeah, we're showing this.
Monica, I'm a little disappointed.
Why?
You didn't share any of that lemon cake. Just, I'm good.
I did it.
Thank you.
Okay.
I got another one for
Keep
you.
going. I love that.
You good? Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I'll be.
Okay, guys, remember the
The buff.
fatigue thing, the buff, and the fatigue stuff, okay?
I think we go at least 1 in.
She didn't hit when we did 2 in
Yeah,
last
so
time.
2 in.
2 in the Dana Cougar.
I like it.
So here are the stats for the first 5. The big difference is the hit percentages of the USA, down at 54% versus that 80% of Canada. Not much in the draws. See, still in this matchup though, at 6-3 down.
Whoa! No! Wait only right now. Roll, 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 roll.
Roll, roll it. Hard.
Oh. Really curling now.
Top 4.
Line's good still.
Weight's pretty good.
Full 4 if you can.
I think it's there.
14
Sixth
free.
end.
Gotta go. Really coming down.
Yeah, you
USA
gotta go.
trailing by 3 with last on advantage though, Anne. And
That's good.
you've got to think they will get some chances against this Canadian side.
Yeah, they're going to have to work hard for them, though. They're going to have to generate that. They're going to have to move those percentages that we just looked at. And in particular, that hit percentage. They cannot drop any lower than 54%. Lucky for the USA, they're going to be throwing a lot of draws. They're down by 3, and that's the way to come back.
Room if you can. Go hard. 16.
Go, Sarah. Go, Sarah. Yep, 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 yep.
16.
Full 12. Full 12, okay. Okay, probably same weight. If anything.
If anything, a hair more.
Yeah.
Rochelle Brown having a really good game at 93%, 2-minute accuracy of 82, so up to her game this evening.
Her game has been absolutely outstanding tonight.
Running a little right now.
5, 6 tick shots,
Not moving
just
yet.
merciless.
It should, but it's not.
Line?
Needs to curl if anything. No, line's really good.
I think we're just above
Sarah,
it.
Sarah,
To it.
Sarah, Sarah, Sarah.
Yeah, just to it.
Hard to stay nose. Good. Good judge.
Just when you think you got it.
Yeah, 2 nice stones by the lead, right in on top of the 4 foot.
The line and weight. And her first foot isn't too much.
Monica Walker, she's really only had 1 missed shot the whole game.
Take a look. Line's good. Close, tank. 5, 6.
Line's tight.
Weight's good. Clean. 6. Go, Sarah. No, no, no. 7. No. Nice shot.
So this is very similar to the 4th end setup that we saw. 2 rocks in, center guard goes up.
2.5.
USA's got a
Weight's good.
corner and a rock hidden behind it.
3. 3.
This ended
Really
well
tight.
for USA the last time they started this way.
Just past your broom.
Just a little more positive with that. It's not quite.
Okay. Okay.
And just
not
over
quite a
curls
reasonable set.
by 2 or 3 inches.
It's the way to miss it, though. Sorry? It's the way to miss it on that side. Like you were let him go behind the corner for it.
Just hack.
Yeah.
Let's go,
I think
Tank.
your two's curlier than your other rock.
I thought that one was me.
Okay. Okay.
Taylor Anderson at 85%. Would you think the stats for this game are up there, Anne?
Clean. Clean.
It's a bit of a difficult set of circumstances, right?
Easy hack.
The couple of shots that Taylor's missed have been so impactful. Nosing the guard in the first end was ultimately the shot that created so much difficulty for USA. So sometimes it's not the exact how much you make, but which ones you're making and when you're making
this.
them.
Yeah, I think if we know they're making that, so.
For me?
No,
Yes.
other one.
Yeah.
Probably just nose for now.
So this scenario's got so
If you do
many
this,
options
okay.
for Canada.
Yeah, I don't mind rolling a hair. Just out count.
Do you peel the corner guard? Do you tackle one of the stones that's in the rings?
We haven't really.
She wants to
I
hit
think
and
this will
roll
actually
back
curl
towards
hair,
center.
Gina. That's what the draws did.
It just piles another rock in for USA to use.
Okay, weight's good. Firm. Little up. Firm.
And Dana Ferguson having a really nice
Yeah.
game tonight.
This one needs to curl up.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah, 8.5.
Good, Dana.
Five rounds
Was that
straight.
toast?
Is that similar to the
8.5. Yeah.
similar to the other way?
Yeah, not as straight as the other.
I don't mind freezing or something.
Does remove that red, but
Okay.
jams it into her own yellow.
You guys like that over the freeze?
Yeah, and
like
now
whatever
all of a
she's
sudden the
calling.
scoreboard and the way things are working,
We talked about keeping my rock in play.
Yeah.
Team USA doesn't
Firm.
need to lose its mind
Firm.
here. They've got a
Where do I
beautiful
need to
setup.
hit
Canada's ignored the
care.
corner guard.
I know, I just like to know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think corner guard's the only stone that could hurt Canada, so I'm a little surprised they didn't take it off.
Yeah, that was just kind of a lack of patience maybe shown by Team Canada. You know, you're really early in the end, still clear up the front.
Yep.
Well, remove that yellow from the top of the 8 foot. That was the key shot.
Yeah, that's a great spot. Now, the unfortunate thing is you've left a center guard, and Team Canada is going to try and use that stone against you. Put that top 8 rock right back.
For sure.
Okay, so be nice and positive.
Sarah Wilkes is having a really good game, steady to the way she's been playing.
Line's good.
Top board. Room.
Weight only.
Okay. Don't need to, Chelsea.
Not moving at all.
Okay, top 4.
Top 4. I think we're just half in the 4.
Okay, it needs to be higher than
Dana,
this for
okay,
sure.
We are higher than that. We're half in the 4.
Yeah, tuck
Yeah,
go a little bit, Dana.
Full 4. Full 4.
Yeah,
Gotta be
Dana.
higher,
No.
gotta be higher.
Just,
Okay, good.
just does enough.
And they talked about being very positive with that shot. And, you know, maybe a little bit of extra rotation, a little bit of extra push. Took the sweepers really out of that shot. That shot was thrown cold on its own. And now here's the difference in the game. Sarah Anderson is down at 48% performance for the game. And really kind of all the shots have been a struggle for Sarah. She is a high-performing player, and this is so out of character. That one's going to help a lot. That's going to help confidence. That's going to help those stats. And there's the smile.
Good weight.
Really nice weight.
You just freeze that for now?
Okay, pitch less.
Yeah, touch.
Similar.
And now all of a sudden, USA's got something brewing. You look back to the corner guard and drawing behind it from Monica Walker, all the way through to these shots here.
Stay close to
Hair
the
left.
room.
Very nice. Good.
Easy, Rochelle.
Okay.
Just do
I'd like to
it.
room here for weight. Room. Okay.
Top 4.
To it.
Little bump.
Like to go there.
So
Cannot
over
ever
on
bounce this
sheet
line.
8. Switzerland already sitting
Right
one.
to the edge if you can.
Lena Pat
Straight now, just for weight.
trying to get on level terms with Latvia.
Yeah, and every shot Alina's looking at is difficult times 2.
Fresh.
This is an angle tap to the button that over curls on her, and Switzerland forced to a single point. They are trailing Latvia by 1 as they head into the break.
So did you see what the call was with this one? They're trying to run this one back here onto the red just to try and tap it up.
Oh, solid hack, 12. 12. Good hack. On. Good hack.
I think they're trying to over curl, get to center.
Yep. Go.
Super shot.
Good.
Just trying to cross the face of the Yellowstone.
There through the hole.
They get very close.
Snows it?
Yeah. Hair under.
Like this? Yeah. Thinking like that.
Kind of weight.
Easy normal?
Okay.
Do you like it?
Yeah. You got it, Chelsea.
I'll look at it from the other side, but
This shouldn't curl.
probably just easy, Sarah. Do you guys like this? Just
Yeah, I love it.
This should be like a decent spot.
Yeah.
I think it'll come up a little bit, but it won't go crazy. What do you think?
That's kind of what I thought.
Okay. Solid easy.
Okay.
This is the kind of shot that can turn an end. Really well-played game from Chelsea.
Little low.
88%. Rochelle Brown being asked to make this stone move a little bit. Chelsea clips. Wow.
Okay.
Wow, wow, wow. Clips the outside guard.
What's that, Sarah?
Well,
I missed it.
Okay.
it's just turned this end on its head. Didn't even make the port and sticks another red down into the house. Can Jimmy Sinclair make that double on the yellows? And well, wow, he could be sitting a fistful. But while they're deciding what to do, we'll take a look at Russia versus Finland. Russia 5-3 ahead. Finland sitting 3.
Yeah, and after a very defensive end where some shots have gone awry for Russia, Elena Kovaleva needs a double takeout to take her one, and not a problem. She increases her lead by that single point. Russia on top, 6-3 over Finland.
Don't mind a hair more.
Well, can Jamie Sinclair seize this opportunity? Only 65%.
Whoa. Close. No. Whoa.
Oh, a little quiet on this one.
Hard on the back. Hard on the back yellow. She's got it. She's got it.
Nice shot.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Sorry.
US stones in the house. Well,
Yeah, that definitely deserves a smile. We get the finish here.
Hard on the back. Hard on the back yellow. She's got it.
Nice shot. Nice shot.
this game is not over yet.
No, that's gotta be a relief.
The edge of the button.
Oh, okay.
Same weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, gonna look for the hit and roll to the edge of the button.
Yeah, you got this, Chelsea.
So this is close to the path that they just threw.
Same weight. Clean. Whoa. Anything a hair more. Clean. Yeah. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah.
Need to make a roll to get a hide.
Rochelle. Whoa. 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 Stop. Whoa.
Must be close.
Yeah. No roll. Whoa. Whoa.
Well,
Whoa.
they make a nice roll to the button.
It's not just the edge of the button. That is fully covering it. Clutch shot from Chelsea.
Very confusing. Yeah, it needs to just roll a hair
Yeah, finds a nice spot. That run back from Jamie Sinclair is going to be very difficult. That was a must-make shot. It's a relatively short run back though, Anne.
It is a short run back, and it is an absolute game changer. I mean, if you could ever make the run double, it's for 5.
So this is it. Chance for Jamie Sinclair to put those mistakes in the first end behind her. If she can make this, she could find herself 2 shots up. This one is very close. Beginning to move now. Have they made contact? There goes 1, there goes 2. There we see it. Wow. A fistful for Jamie Sinclair. A score of 5 in the 6th end. They now lead 8-6. Canada look absolutely shell-shocked out there.
And relief for Team USA and a 2-point lead as they get ready for the 7th end.
Top 4? In the 7, yeah. Top 4. They're probably going straight.
Yep. We gotta throw a corner. Probably only 1.
Okay.
And then either a tick or come around depending on the position.
Okay.
She's probably going 2 in, I would think, after that. So then I think we just come around it, don't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. We just need 2.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Totally.
Seventh end, USA scoring 5 in the 6th end to take a 2-point lead over Canada. 8-6 the score. Joining us here in session 11 from Silkeborg in Denmark. I'm Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Anne Swisshelm. And what a turnaround in this game.
It's absolutely one of the most amazing shifts of momentum we have seen all week from any team on the ice, and there's 13 nations here. USA absolutely stunning Team Canada. 5 points is so significant. It doesn't happen very often. You know, I say it doesn't happen very often. In fact, USA is the only team here to score 5 points in a single end so far. They need to keep their wits about them, though. There is a lot of game left, and Team Canada will be very aggressive and focused, trying to take back the lead.
Line's good. Little finish. Gotta finish. Gotta go. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Go, go, go. Good sweet. Okay.
Canada looking to split that centre guard off once again.
Yeah, and this is going to be the kind of tester shot for Team Canada. Rochelle Brown has been making these with ease all game, but they had the lead from the get-go. Now all of a sudden, they're a little behind in the score. Does that change anything for the Canadian lead? Not a single thing. She's still executing these with relative ease. Super shot.
Good judge.
The other end going away? Yeah, remember this? Hair tight. 1, 2. Felt like a 2. Line's good. Oh, it's running. Easy if you can. 2. Easy. Little man. Yeah, my.
A nice set of the guard, but
Good job.
I think my score.
I'm sure Canada will want to move it.
Or this.
Do you like this first? I don't mind this first.
5 rocks have been played. The restrictions on the free guard zone are lifted.
Just thinking this, and then we run it on the next one. At least we have a rock in there.
Yeah, okay, we like it.
Not that easy to get there. If you clip the guard, that's fine, though.
Okay.
This guard.
It's tight. That's a tight court. All right.
Okay, you got it, Dana.
I'll make it. Speed's good here.
Yeah.
Whoa line, whoa line.
Weight's there right now.
Little hot.
Whoa.
T-line. T, back four.
Line's closed.
Just
Line.
T.
So they talk about this port being
Wait only. Line's really
a
good.
little tight.
Back four, T.
Just 2 it. Line's great.
So you're going to come
Top four.
close to both those
Little
guards.
down.
Okay, go Rochelle then.
Nice, Dana.
Good shot, Dana.
Good.
Sweep,
And
guys.
Dana Ferguson was right. She is going to make it.
Good shot, Dana.
Good cheer. Good shot.
Nice. Good judge.
Yep. Easy. 5. Oh, it's got to move a bit.
6, 7.
No. You're on the corner.
6,
You're on the
7.
corner.
What will be going through
Okay, you're by.
Team Canada's heads right now? Will they be shell-shocked
more,
with losing a 5 in that 6th end?
You know, you've got to think that they've played so many games that they are really experienced and tough players that they won't let it get to them. But really, the reality
What do you like?
is that that's
Tap it a hair off
just
nose.
a very
Spicy.
difficult
Like almost
set of
same
circumstances.
Yep. I think you need a bit more.
A little bit more?
release
Well,
the
you're just
yellow.
putting it under cover, though.
Like just a hair high to release the yellow. Just a hair high.
Just go down there.
Yeah, you're just pushing it here.
Okay.
This is
You like this
crazy.
at
Do you
all?
ever come this way? Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like this is going to be in a slightly new pass,
I don't
right?
feel like this is going to be something we
I
played
think you need a
before.
couple feet more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dana Ferguson,
Little light.
Line's closed.
left-handed player.
Wait up.
Back eight right
Yeah, so
now.
she comes at these shots from a different angle.
Whoa, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet.
Should I
Whoa,
go?
Rochelle.
Lots of weight
Whoa.
on this one.
Whoa, yep. Whoa, yep,
That's
yep,
a
yep,
really,
yep,
really
yep,
good
yep, yep,
call.
yep, yep.
Okay. Shot Dana.
Good call.
That is an outstanding call.
Good call, Chelsea.
Yeah, good call,
So
Chelsea.
from
Probably
a
gotta try to hit
what would
something
be a
now.
certain miss
Yeah.
shot
Or freeze
to
again, I guess.
an extraordinarily made shot.
Yeah.
So you asked me about whether Canada are keeping their wits about them, keeping their heads
Yeah, you
together.
could do this.
Clearly they are.
You can also do that. Can we
That
just hit our
shot
red too?
bumped the yellow in for Shotstone
Yeah.
and froze the red.
I mean,
Not unless you can get inside nose. Because it does nothing to hit it onto here. You could play it like a back line weight and just separate those. Move this a foot back, and then maybe it'll load something up.
Yeah, it'd be nice to like unlock
Just want to. I would like to just unlock that.
and then also roll this onto here, right? We can like
Yeah,
into the
Have the
pocket right
5
here.
be in this pocket.
Right.
I love it. Okay, you like back 12?
Let's take a look at the 6th end, the turning point in that matchup. Chelsea Carey with her final stone, facing 5.
No roll!
Hits and rolls to the button. Jamie Sinclair with a chance to remove it. Plays the run back. and scores 5. Yes, 5 stones were left, and they led 8-6.
Back 12, back 1.
And now here in the 7th end, there is a ton of pressure on both of these teams. They've started making a lot of shots.
Yep. Whoa.
Yeah, it's a really nice shot. Just finds the pocket.
Just chip that like half a rock.
Okay, it's looking very closed in.
Okay.
Okay.
Unless you see something else.
My only other thought, like, if I run back the red and double off the one they just threw.
Yeah, I think
This
the problem
way?
is if they come down and
Yeah.
tap the red that's on the left-hand side, that's on the tee line back,
It's just feeling
then
very
they're just going to
close
go
in.
red into the yellows, and your
Come down
chance is
here.
gone.
Yeah, your end is over if you don't create some access. So Sarah keeps saying
It's
it
just
looks
looking
very
like it's going to
closed
be hard
in.
to score.
I know the only challenge is if you make this perfect, they smash this anywhere high, both yellows go.
Yeah,
Right? Like it's just not.
yeah. I mean, I guess if I can get to 3/4 here and tap this back further just to create some room, like even if they double off ours, we might have a double here.
Are they just going to have this
It's
do
just-
both of ours?
What?
Are they
Well,
gonna
mine will be here.
Yeah, I guess.
And then,
this
yeah, if
into-
they do that, then we should have a double back.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, there's not a lot of scoring area right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and Sarah Wilkes
well, I
is
think
making
you're
some
playing this then
excellent
either way.
points here.
Yeah.
They've got
Like
4
freeze
stones
tap
left.
If it's high and you just chisel it in here to sit, like even if it's not second, but it's
'Kay.
frozen here, it's pretty good still, right? Because
'Kay.
that will at least jam.
So what do you want me to play? Do you want me to play that, or do you want me to tap back the red? Because I feel like they're different weights.
No, I think it's the same weight.
Okay, well then the line's very different.
Okay, I don't think it's that different. I think it's half a rock to do what I'm talking about, and it's 3/4 to do what you're talking about. So I think they're real close to each other.
Okay. So what do you want to call?
My personal preference is
Okay.
this.
What kind of weight do you want?
Back 4.
Okay.
Well, just going to try and move things around.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
back 4.
just going to
Okay,
try and
just want me
maneuver
to
that stone that's on the
chisel it in
top of the
there.
forefoot, tap it back on an angle.
Very dirty.
You think this
You
pops?
know, I think that
okay
I think
now?
the challenge here is the tension that just kind of occurred between the skip and the vice skip. Can Sarah let that go
Back
and
8.
throw a clean stone?
Close, whoa.
Back 12, that's a lot more weight than was called for.
Back 12.
Hard.
Through. Hard.
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 Okay,
Pass the guard.
Okay. Good.
Good.
Ends up in a good spot. USA is going to run theirs back.
I don't know if it's any good.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at sheet 8. Switzerland sitting 1 in the forefoot.
And Yvette Sasa-Sarsune got this one going a little bit.
Yeah, that was a hit for 2. And absolutely flashes it. We haven't seen much of that from her this week at all. She's been really good.
Yeah, unfortunately, in that moment, she allows Switzerland back into the end. China and Germany. Wang Rei with her final stone.
has been playing some excellent stuff.
Oh, just extraordinary play all week. They're coming up against a really tough opponent in Germany. This draw needs a good chunk of the button.
That looks like a lot of ice for half a rock.
And China slips a little too far. Germany steals a single point and the lead as they head into the 7th.
Easy up.
Yep. 10. Yep. Really gotta go, Rochelle. Really gotta go. Hard, 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 hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay.
Okay. Guess not.
Well, I got 9-9.
All of a sudden we're getting
Sorry.
a couple missed shots
Looks
on
like a lot of ice.
our feature game.
Let's make it.
USA skip Jamie Sinclair is going to attempt to double take out here, and it will leave USA sitting 4 if she can execute this.
About half a rock. What's it called?
But even if she just hits and rolls in, she'll cause some grief for Team Canada.
I think it'll run.
Yeah, I think so. I do too.
Ona Kauste and her team from Finland. They've got a chance to pull within a single point. It's a nose hit. They do have to navigate a couple of stones. Oh, and they do. Finland grabs that 2. It's 6-5. 6-6, actually. That's 3 points there. Wow, what a game turner.
Yeah, back with the feature game. Jamie Sinclair making that double and sitting 4 in the 8-foot.
Even if it just clipped the 2, it might get this one, like at least open it up a little.
Yeah.
Canada
Just
really
off
clutching
nose
at
on
straws
this
now.
side.
Yeah.
Here
There,
is the
feel.
shot.
Okay, you got it, Tal.
Once more. Off the wide one. Catches the one in the button, pushes it out the side, and holds the shooter back of the button. Wow.
I think we gotta open this
Yeah.
up a little bit. If I
What
don't make
a
the freeze
motivated
absolutely
player
perfect,
right now
then
in
we're looking at,
Jamie
like, 4, I
Sinclair.
don't know.
Okay.
Like this. Easy peel.
Okay, you got this, Charles. Right up here.
There's quite a bit of granite that needs to be moved, but there's some really good angles for Chelsea. If she can get to the right spot.
Whoa!
Yep.
Yep! Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa!
Well,
Okay, good.
got things moving. And you've got to say she's a little unlucky not to set shot stone.
Yeah.
Nice shot, Charles.
Nice shot, Charles.
Thanks. A little better.
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. Okay. Whoa!
She gets a lot of stones moving.
Okay, good, good.
It opens up her chance.
I like it.
Unfortunately, the way those stones are sitting,
Let's make it. You got it.
the double might not be there for a bunch.
Yeah. I think it'll be in the good stuff. Dana threw one here that ran for a while.
Draw around. Okay. Top 4. If I'm heavy, just lock it on nose to our back one.
Okay.
What's it like?
It's good path.
Still similar as to before?
Yes.
Top 4, guys.
So we know she's been making just about everything tonight since the first end's miscue.
Line's good.
Yeah, I think you can go.
Taylor. Line's fine.
Draws through ports with extra rotation.
Yeah, right here.
Run back doubles.
6.
Doubles.
7.
Does she have the draw to put a lot of extra pressure on Team Canada?
This one looks really good.
Go. Hard, go.
Good job.
I think they've covered just enough.
That works. Good shot, man. Yeah.
Is there
No,
an
probably just
up
jamming.
weight smash available? I don't know that Chelsea can see enough.
Okay, so then I think we play it for one then, right?
Double top for one.
Yeah. Like you could play it. Yeah, I think you just make the slash for one.
Okay. So what's the slash? Is it half? Half's too thin, hey? Thick half? 2/3?
Thick
Do you like
half,
this one
yeah.
across the face, Anne?
Okay, so yeah, I think that's close, hey?
You got it, Chelsea.
Yeah, this is a good call. It's a little bit easier than maybe navigating the weight and the angles on a double raise
I think
that's
it curled just
available
enough
at the
that I
top
don't
of
have
the
the double
rings.
for 2, so I think we just make the slash double for 1.
Okay.
Thick half.
Okay. I like it. You got it.
You got
I'm
this,
looking for about
Chels.
3/4 of this
stick.
red.
Yeah, they call it a thick half. So
2/3.
2/3. That'll work.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Oh, this is that spot that bit Jamie Sinclair in the first end. Does Chelsea manage it? Over sweep. And it's a steal of 1 for USA.
Well, overswept it. Well, big mistake from Team Canada. They need to get a little closer to that back red. I think she thought she'd made it.
I do too.
So the score as we head into the 8th end, it's United States 9,
This is where
Canada
this is what they were doing
6.
earlier. You go T-line, top 4, and then tight.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Just line them up.
Yeah, I like the out turn, I think. It seems
Yeah.
quicker.
I like it.
Yeah.
Me too. Minute 20 still. It's at a good end here, guys.
Well, what has been a topsy-turvy game between United States and Canada here at session 11 of the LGT World Women's Curling Championship. I'm Kenny Edwards and I'm joined by Anne Swisshelm. And can you believe what you are seeing unfold in front of you right now?
No, this game is extraordinary. You know, USA had a drastic outcome in the first end. Canada looked well in control, and all of a sudden, a missed shot by the Canadian skip, some aggressive setup by the US, and some outstanding shots. And USA's got a 3-point lead as we head into the final couple of ends.
Halfway.
Well, there you see the comparisons at lead.
Tighter than halfway if you can.
That's really where you expect to see the leads.
Yeah, absolutely. The battle of the leads in this game has been so elegant.
Line's good, yep.
Tick shots, corner guards.
Good sweep. Good, Rochelle.
Great draw weight.
You could just get rid of that too.
She's talking about hitting it out. I like top
No, let's play top 4. I like that. Right?
Yeah, I like top 4. Yeah, top 4.
So a couple of options. One of the reasons why Jamie Sinclair would suggest maybe getting rid of that stone is because that stone in the back of the forefoot really doesn't help anyone but potentially Team Canada, who needs rocks in play and needs to become very comfortable with that.
5, 4. Good.
Looking to score multiple points here for Canada.
Line good. 6.
They can use the U.S. stones to their favor.
5. Yep.
There we see Switzerland, Latvia.
Yep.
Looks like Switzerland are sitting 3.
Yeah, and Iveta Sasasarsune from Latvia. She had the unfortunate release in the last end that we saw. She maybe overcorrected here a little bit, popped this one on the wide side, hits and rolls a little wide, and gives up another steal of a single point. And Switzerland's got the lead now in that game.
Just here, bro. Even. Yeah. Pretty much perfect.
Taking a look over at Germany versus China. Germany's got the 1-point lead and a fistful of rocks in the house. Wang Rei and Team China up against it here. They need a draw against several German counters to tie this game up. Oh, and she gets the very friendly rub on the outside guard, and it rolls into shot position. It's tied at 5 after the 7th end.
That's fine.
Corner guards are up. There's lots of rocks in the center of the house.
Line's close. Wait, should be close. Okay, wait's close. All day right now.
Hey,
T.
don't need to.
Top 8. Yeah, coming
Line's
down.
good.
Top 4.
Got room.
Okay, top 8. Top 4. Line's not bad. T. Line's good. T. Okay.
Canada getting in behind.
Good, Dana. Good call, guys.
They wanted that stone to sit a little bit higher in the rings.
There's the scores elsewhere. Sheet A, Switzerland 4-3 up on Latvia. Feature game there. You see 9-6 ahead of Canada.
Big field.
Russia, Finland all square at 6-6. And also all square, China, Germany at 5-5. Well, you spoke about the release of Taylor Anderson earlier in the game. Maybe just been under a little bit of pressure, feeling really good about yourself. Just lapse of concentration and just made a complete miss.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, those shots at second, you actually can overthrow them. You can throw just a little bit too much weight and any kind of outward momentum, and you don't get any contact.
Top 8, top 4. T, it's T. We're tapping.
You might have to go over shot.
Around it. No, Sarah, if anyone right now. Okay. It's got to stay in the 8-foot, though.
Oh.
That's okay. Okay, Dana.
I don't think your rocks are matched.
No.
No, they're saying they don't think the rocks are matched.
Well, this is the 8th end of the game. That's a little late to be discovering that, but it's better late than never, I guess.
There's a nose on the guard. That's the mistake Canada were looking for.
Like this now?
Yeah, but as I said, those rocks slipping a little deep for Dana Ferguson.
Easy.
Both of those, the one on the tee line and the one that slipped behind the tee, makes the double on these top two U.S. stones difficult to navigate. So you've got to play the single hit and roll. Let's just start piling stones up underneath that corner guard.
Fair big.
Easy, maybe 10.
Yep.
Good luck. 10.
Whoa.
Whoa.
He's pretty close.
Yep.
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 Hard. Hard.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard, hard, hard. Right here. Go, 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 go.
Whoa, whoa.
That's a
Nice shot,
really
Sarah.
nice shot.
Nice shot,
Really
Sarah.
good.
Yeah, you can see the angles here.
Sarah Anderson down at 52, but yet the scoreboard says USA 9, Canada 6.
Yeah, and I can't say this often enough, actually. Exactly how many shots you make
Yeah, I mean, if I feel like we guard, they just play
sometimes
this, right?
isn't the issue. It's
What do
when
you
you
like?
make them.
Do you guys like a timeout? We could try to draw.
You can even just freeze it right there.
That's what I was thinking.
I like that. Try to make the angle.
I mean, if we rip this guard, what do they do?
We can call timeout here.
Yeah?
You want to call it? Okay. Like, so I need to look at it from this angle. 'Cause right now they don't have a double.
USA calling the timeout.
Yeah,
Their coach, Brian Cochran's going to make his way to the ice and kind of run
Yeah, I
through some of
think
the
it's either
options.
the
And
freeze on that or the guard, right?
I kind of like the top 8.
What do you think, girls?
Do you like this at all?
Yeah, actually, I like tapping the red one back about 2 inches.
Why?
Can she see? Like, let's say we stay in front of that red rock. Can she see it to hit it? Because if
Through the port?
Yeah.
Yeah, this? Yeah.
Because if she could see it to hit it, then it would go out over the top. If you tap it back 3
I
inches,
see.
if you tap it back 3 inches, it goes
That
into
chance
the
will-
yellow.
Yeah.
I mean, that yellow one's open over there too, but
I mean, you can if you get to nose, you're pretty much fully buried.
okay.
You'll be showing a sliver.
I'd be happy with that. I'd like to tap it 2 inches.
Okay.
Okay.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Okay.
that's my thought. You okay with that?
Yeah, I love it.
And don't forget, we're up 3.
Okay, what do you think
right?
about this path here?
If you have to
Well, they've
bail
been
at the
throwing
end
it,
and
so
get
it's
something
not
with a
cold.
double, go for that.
I think it'll be this
Keep going.
kind of similar to this one. Seems a little straight, like this one inside out.
Okay. I'll try to throw it close. Alright, Sarah. So I'm just gonna try
so
to
after the
throw it
timeout,
T-line and-
USA's decided to
Have
come
you guys
right
seen-
into the
Yeah,
rings.
I think it's coral.
Just
Coral
move
across the board.
the red stone on top of the 4-foot a little bit deeper into the rings. Change up the angles. Make sure that they hold control of that center scoring area.
I think it's all there.
T-line. Oh, back 4. Oh, T-line.
It's pretty solid
Oh, it's got room.
as of right now.
T-line,
Trying.
T-line.
Coming down.
Close. Line's good, line's
Past
good.
it. They are going to tap it.
Nothing, no.
Remember, they were looking for 2 inches. They get a little bit more, but that's pretty darn good. 2 inches, quite specific.
4-0. Good weight. Good call.
Wondering if we play it with weight now.
Okay.
I don't think we can stick the shooter, but I think we got to try to kill 2 of these.
Okay.
Like, normal, solid normal.
Okay. What do I need to hit?
Half's close.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, Sarah.
So an angle run, hoping to remove 2 of the USA stones from the rings.
Oh,
No.
oh. Dana.
She popped this one out at release.
Okay, to me.
Oh, that is absolute disaster for Canada.
Yeah, this one hit.
Ripped all her own stones out of play.
Oh, she's so frustrated. Those moments are so aggravating. So we'll see this release. She's got a great slide speed and just throws a little bit extra. Looks down at her hand at release.
Dana. Okay, to me. Okay. Yeah, this one hit.
Sorry, I was trying not to hit. That's okay. Top 12. Sorry, top 12, center line?
Yeah.
At least how I threw it, I thought it was curl there.
Top 12 center.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you do now if you're USA? Just block that gap?
Yeah, you just put another one right in there.
All there.
Canada's still got a couple of stones left that might hang on the scoreboard. And
Okay, line's good.
making that
5. Even a 6.
as difficult as possible
Right here, guys.
Do it. Right to that it's one. There, it's already there.
Okay, whoa.
There.
is the goal here.
Yep.
Good. I curled a ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't really communicating online there.
We were going for center. I guess it would.
Look at these stats. This is another one of those interesting things. You've got Chelsea playing 97% on her draws and just 54% on her hits.
I got 49.
Okay, that's I got freaking try.
Having a little bit of trouble managing those takeouts on this sheet.
Where is that one that we're trying to freeze? Back. I don't know. Back 4, back button.
Just back button,
Just
Dana.
wait for T-line.
Yeah. Okay. You got it, Chels.
Yeah. This will be decent speed.
Yeah.
Like similar to the average paths here, not
Yeah.
the super fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be a pinch faster, but
Okay. Yeah, I think this path will be good.
This is what you call a skips 2, if you can make it.
okay, I'd like to go for
Can't,
weight, Sarah.
can't.
Can't. Okay,
Top 8.
okay, top 8. We're just top 8.
Top 4.
Rochelle. Top 4, top 8.
Dana!
Straight.
Dana!
It just
All of
hit.
a sudden,
It
that
hit.
just went sideways on Team Canada.
Nothing going right for Team Canada now.
Yeah.
I think so.
This is probably top 8, but yeah, pick to go tight.
What can they do to stop the rot? They haven't scored since the break. They're really struggling to get their weight, their line.
Sure, like a 2. Yep.
Dynamic of the team just
Okay, we've
doesn't
been
look
throwing this
as if they're a full
just
unit out
inside
there.
edge. You got it. Team. You guys just
Yeah,
a 2.
well, that's kind of the devastation of
It
that
just went.
5-ender, right? 5 points by USA. You ask what the impact might be on the team, and I think that's what you're seeing. You know, just really grappling for performance.
Just a 2.
And
Yeah.
it's really hard when something kind of devastating happens.
Just one.
Line's good.
Just a 1.
Yep. Straight. Line's good.
Just looking to block the gap.
Yep.
Moving up.
Tell us when.
Yep. Whoa.
Close to center.
Whoa. Yep.
Nice shot. Good. Thanks.
And that's a great shot. Chelsea really doesn't have much.
3/4.
She's playing a run back
Based on my easy ones here, I think
long
it'll feel a little
angled
bit, but not a
run
ton.
back or tap
Like there.
Second.
I think a little more.
For a single.
for a single point.
Throw like hack to bumper.
Okay.
Okay. 3/4 is close.
Okay.
Should feel okay underfoot for that here,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah. I think we're just inside the path enough.
Yeah.
You got this, Chelsea. Right at the broom. We're gonna make it.
Well, final stone of this 8th end.
Yeah, and this shot feels like it's almost a shot for the game. I mean, if USA takes a couple of points here, it's it might be all over for
it's
Team
game over.
Canada.
And this looks like game over, and this is miles away. This is going to be a steal of 4. And there is the handshake. Wow.
What a turn around for Team USA.
Yeah, final score, United States 13, yes, 13, Canada 6. After 8 ends in session 11. What a turnaround in this matchup.
Now watch that 5 shot again. Great game. Great. Yeah, really good. Sorry, I fucked it up in the first end.
So we're going to bring you coverage of Latvia versus Switzerland. Switzerland leading 4-3 in this 9th end. Latvia sitting 1.
Okay.
Into second stones. Good separation between these two yellows. Terenzoni for Switzerland, who skips this side but plays third stones. They themselves been struggling a little bit this week. Just not picking up the wins. Nice hit and roll. Can they stay shot? And in front of the yellow, they are. Santa Bloomberger. Just looking for a corner freeze. This line looks okay. Superb shot. Can you get everything moving though? Can you catch 3/4 stone of the yellow on the inside? And get all stones out of play.
Habe ich das Gefühl, wäre der Beste. Wenn er nur cleart, ist auch gut, dann muss sie den irgendwie angreifen.
Wir sind ja besser, oder?
Wir sind besser, ja.
Ist ja fast besser, wenn wir nur clearen,
ja.
oder nicht?
Finde ich gut. Also wenn du den kannst machen, ist perfekt, aber wenn du nur clearst, ist auch gut. Kommst du clearing?
Mega wenig, oder?
Da treffen für den Doppel!
Actually, let's try and take this the other way. Catch the 1/4 stone on the left-hand side.
Oh, Nick!
Whoa! Whoa!
No. Doesn't quite catch that one right.
Yeah.
Leaves Latvia sitting one in on top of that red. I think they took that the wrong way. There's other games going on. USA beating Canada 13-6. Russia 8-6 ahead of Finland on sheet C. And China 1 ahead of Germany 6-5 in the 9th end.
Septīto vajag, lai nav dubultas. Labi.
Auf Mel ist gut. Auf Mel ist gut.
Pats for Switzerland, the fourth player. Probably just looking to hit and roll to the edge of the forefoot on the other side. Squeeze the stones together. She herself already won a World Championship a few seasons ago in Sapporo.
Fest. Fest. Fest, kann roll, kann roll. Gut, schön.
A nice shot. May set up a chance for a double with her last.
Gut. Sehr schön. Okay, jetzt sag ich das, du bist chill.
Tu taču tikko meti pa šito līniju un aizgāja drotājs. Jā. Un rolējam uz to pusi. Jā. Ko? Nē. Šito pašu mēs taču visu laiku metam. Vienkārši mums ir šitā ir taisnā puse.
Iveta Staza Sarsuna.
Jā.
Only with one win, but push Scotland, Canada. Very close.
Nē. Whoa. Nice.
Bersham!
Swooping this one.
Bersham!
Ieva!
Let go of that one really early. So a good chance of making two in this 9th end. 57% for Alina Pat. Dreadful game from her.
Esther.
She will not
Fished.
be impressed with them numbers.
Fished. 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 Ashen.
Wow, what a sweep by Esther Nunschwander. Really helping that rock curl.
Normals, desne.
Ja, dat is baby. En wat is
She's been desne zetten. Goed.
Yeah, hitting stay in the 8 foot for 2 points and the lead again in this matchup.
Latvia looking really strong. Just, you know, not the usual team that that you would see coming from a kind of a developing country. They've really embraced curling. They don't have a ton of it, but this team's got a lot of international experience, and their skip trying to put it into play right here and take the lead as they head into the 10th end.
Belgium!
This one looks okay.
Belgium! Big state, Belgium!
Right down onto the nose.
2.
And a score of 2. And they now lead 5-4 going into the 10th end.
Ja, wegen size.
Split us. It's the mic, split us.
Switzerland trailing Latvia 5-4 in this 10th end, session 11 here in Silkeborg, Denmark.
And Latvia scored the very first 2-point end of the game. It took until the 9th to make it happen, but it's given them a 1-point lead.
Evelina Baron.
Nee, linie. Ja,
Lead
waar
for
wil
Latvia.
Clea? Waar wil Clea? Waar Clea? Uz līnijas.
Pats pārkīķa. Labs, Evelyn.
Super rock placement there from the Latvian lead.
Melanie Barbazat. New member on this team this year. Melanie used to skip her own team.
Yeah, this is a new team altogether. Even though they've got a ton of experience among the 4 of them, this is a brand new combination, different and unique roles for everyone except for the second, Esther Nunschwander. She is the only one that stays in the exact same role that she's been in for a while. And, you know, and that might be something we're seeing here with Switzerland.
Yeah, some low numbers. Evelina. But them stats mean nothing. It's all about them W's on the board. That's the only stat that matters.
And really, the only stat that matters is darn near perfect rock placement here in the 10th end for the Latvian lead. Center guard and top button full four directly around.
Donk me hoor snel. 1 naar 4. 1 naar 4. Kondig niet op, maar hij is immer nog lang. 1 naar 12.
This red rock is
Poetst gelijk.
hanging quite wide at the moment.
Yeah, they're trying to wait for it to grab the curl.
Alina, Alina. 1 naar 4.
The weight was perfect.
So here are the standings so far. China, Korea, Russia, Sweden, 5-1. Scotland on their own, they're in 5th, 4-2. Germany, Japan, Canada, USA, all with 3 wins. Switzerland on 2, Latvia on 1. So Switzerland cannot afford to lose or drop another game. They need this win.
Yeah, they must have it. And again, they would probably arguably have been one of the favorites coming into this tournament. And they've had a bit of a struggle.
Eva Krusta also not having our best game, but finding themselves 1 shot up on Switzerland. Not over enamored with that one.
No, but it was effective. You don't need, you've got the winning point already. You don't need to hang around the rings. All you needed to do was remove the Swiss rock. She should let herself off the hook a little bit and be pleased with the outcome. Now you see a switch, though, of turns from Skip Silvana Tiranzoni. They had tried the counterclockwise rotating. Now they've switched the other side of the ice, and wisely so. You can see the difference in the curl there. Super shot for Switzerland.
Ja.
Piekta.
Ja, als hem.
Piekta hier oké.
Ja. Waar moet Sastas? Sastas! Nee! Sastas!
Nee, nou linje is
Ken je bloos, want ik scan.
So no line. It's
Very straight down this left-hand side, isn't it?
absolutely so straight. There was no finish. I mean, that rock was a little bit heavy, but you would have expected a bit more curl. That is the board side of the ice. There is no sheet of curling ice directly next to the wide side there. And that can sometimes have an impact on the movement of the ice left to right and right to left.
Backline.
So that bit of Schweiz the Deutsch, I understood. It was backline weight.
And this one also sitting very straight. No, didn't pull up at all. Just needed an inch of curl on that one, and it'd been really nice.
Yeah, that was maybe a couple feet heavy. We saw that go all the way to the hack, as opposed to just the back line, and that might be the difference there.
Santa Bloomberger having a really good game, actually, at 79%.
Yeah, she skipped the first couple of games for Latvia until their skip was able to arrive. So she does have some numbers at skip position as well. Look at that curl. When you throw the right weight, you get a little bit of finish there in the rings.
Would have liked that one right back in the pocket, though.
Yeah, that might have been underswept a bit.
Silvana Tirinzoni also having a good game at 88%.
Yeah, it goes back to those numbers for Alina Pets. A little low. Does she have the double? Oh, just misses it.
Yeah, just over the top. Again, a chance for Latvia to get around.
Yeah, the pressure is mounting on Latvia, though.
See it once more, just doesn't curl enough, just misses the back yellow. Even if it just caught a hair of the back yellow to sit two, doesn't have to remove it from play. You can see the disappointment already. The stone from Latvia beginning to track.
Yeah, and
no. Used the red and bumped in. Maybe trouble ahead for Switzerland. There could be trouble ahead for Germany.
yeah, they are facing a very well-placed stone from China. Daniela Jens, the German skip, needs full forefoot to tie up this game.
Troopers on this one. Going hard. This looks good. This is the top red. Sneaks in just short of the button. Germany will score their one and tie that match after 9 ends. So Tirinzoni trying to follow this one. Bump, bump. There you go.
With that single shot, Switzerland takes fantastic control.
Okay. Mums vajag iekšmal. Mums vajag te. Jā. Sesto? Jā. Sesto.
Sestā zona.
Ir kur atspiesties.
Piektā vairs nedara, mums jau jāliek ir dziļāk. Bet cik vajag laiku?
Where are they electing to put this one on?
I think they want to just corner freeze on the inside of Silvana Tirinzoni's last shot.
Plataks. Whoa, plataks. Plataks. Whoa, neko.
Remember this spot, it runs straight if you don't have the right weight. If you've got that top four weight, it curls beautifully.
Well, can you see the inside of that yellow? Could you play a takeout?
Absolutely, you can play a takeout. I think if you can get to the nose. So hitting the recently thrown stone square.
Ja, aber ist das jetzt schon der richtig? Eben, frage mich, wenn wir aufmachen,
Need to
dass
catch it on the
wir
inside to bounce the yellow out.
Just a little bit on the inside.
Ich sage nur, die Chance ist da, dass der nachher da hinrollt. Wieso?
I've called a timeout.
And their alternate player, Marissa Winkelhausen, comes out for the timeouts.
Ja, wenn, der ist nicht gut da. Ich würde, glaube nur Nase da, dass sie keinen Freeze hat. Und der muss einfach dahinter. Ich habe einfach verdammt Angst, da, das da. Dann schießt sie da an. Aber wenn nachher, du liegst nachher da. Ja, ideal, ja. Aber weißt du, wenn du ein bisschen draus bist. Hast du noch etwas anderes, Miso? Aufmachen finde ich nicht gut. Weil einfach wegen dem. Aber wenn wir jetzt nur hier anfreisen, du hast schon recht, dann können wir entweder den spielen oder den tappen. Nein. Ja, aber hierher freisen. Und nachher, weil der bleibt ja immer da nachher. Was? Ja, aber was macht sie dann, wenn die dort freisen? Sie zumachen und nachher, wie kann ich noch einen zweiten legen? Wenn sie dort zumacht. Schwierig. Okay, also dann spielen wir den. Ist gut. Normal. So schnell. Du willst, dass der weggeht, okay? Fein ist auch gut. Nein, fein ist gut. Ich gebe dir fast kein Eis, das ist wirklich mega fein.
Well, they're calling a lot of weight at this one. I don't know if they're going a lot of weight at this one.
Fein.
Yeah, this is a touchy spot we've been seeing all end. Any outward momentum or up weight, and these stones run really straight. And fourth stones player, Alina Petz, you can see there what she's got. She needs to get to the inside of that broom placement.
Yeah, Alina Pats really struggled with her draw weight at 57%. Hit's not much better at 61. And they pass the guard. They are. What a shot by Alina Pats. Have they left a pocket though?
Yeah, there is a small pocket.
She made the right shots at the right time.
Yeah, that's the trick of this game. That over curls just a bit, but it is really difficult to get to the inside of that. But Latvia just needs to think about getting to the tee line. Sitting full four.
Spēku tādu pašu. Nē, drusciņi var, viņš var tieši priekšā tam pierolēt. Līnija arī tāda pat? Jā, dziļāk nē, zaļāk nē. Kādu spēku? Tāds pats, kā tikko bija. Bet viņš tā arī nenokrita. Nevajag platāk, drusciņi platāk. Nu, tavs apstājās šeit. Nu, jā. Laikam.
Still got plenty of time on the clocks.
Yeah, that's a ton of time for both of these teams. There's only one rock each. And the way the clocks run is they tick while you're talking, while you are thinking. And while you're actually playing, your clock stops. That's why it's called thinking time. So in Switzerland, what they need to be doing is while Latvia is throwing the shot, what they will choose if Latvia should make this shot.
Yeah, they're going to have some options.
Yep. So a little bit of a reset for Iveta Stasa Sarsune and her last rock of the 10th end.
They need to be in for at least second shot.
Yeah, they must be. They called for line right away, trying to hold the line.
Looks okay, Ant.
They've got to get by the top one.
Nope, they haven't. And Switzerland sitting two. There is the handshake. A very good effort from Latvia, but just couldn't get over the line in the end up. Switzerland picking up a third win of the week. Latvia still only with a single. So final score, Switzerland 8, Latvia 5.
Thank you, good luck. Thanks.
Viņš pa lēnu bija tā kā? Nē, viņš nebija pa šauru. Nu, nē.
Да, давай свип. Да. Да, он все равно не будет.
So another matchup that hasn't quite finished is the matchup between Russia and Finland, tied at 8-8.
Yeah, this game, this line score, there is just a ton of crooked numbers. 2s, 3s, and 8-8. Russia's got the last stone. Maja Salmiovitra trying to freeze down into the forefoot.
Russia just going to try and open things up, Anne?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple job now. Open up at all the access to the rings. There's only one guard out front.
Yeah, off for the long guard. Russia already got one top of the forefoot, which Finland will have to move at some point.
Yeah, at some point, Finland's going to have to contend with that. But they've got 2 stones up there. They can run either one of those in. It would only be biting the forefoot if they do that. Leaves a lot of space for Russia to draw to. But it is early in the end. You can see how many stones are left. And the most important rock is the centerline guard.
Off for the guard, it leaves it out wide.
You know, at this point, you don't think that would be a factor. They rolled the shooter far enough away that there's still access on that side of the ice, and the other side of the ice is completely clear.
Let's take a look at China versus Germany.
Yeah, this is the last shot of China versus Germany. It is a tied game. Germany sits count in the back of the 8-foot. China skip, well, 4th stones thrower. She does not skip the game. Wang Rei playing through the port. She just needs to move the German stone a couple of feet.
The line looks really good, Anne. This is made all day.
She's got this. And China continues its winning ways here.
Superb shot. First time she's had the pressure of throwing last stone. And she's really stepping up to the plate, isn't she?
Yeah, she's got a lot of experience throwing the last rock in mixed doubles. So I think that's transferring in a beautiful way here to the traditional 4s in the women's game.
gaggle of stones out front for Finland.
Если хочешь, ты можешь со стороны щетки так ударить.
Со стороны чего?
Ну, со стороны щетки. Мне больше нравится по уходящей, если тебе так удобнее, ты можешь так
double
делать.
peel angles are really difficult.
Можем снести со своим вместе.
Но я рассчитываю на то, что мы также можем снести это все. Смотри сама, какое тебе удобнее вращение.
Давай с этим. Нет.
Yeah, I think you just play the double and the two center ones.
Yeah, the fear there is that you might block the path to the forefoot a little bit if your shooter rolls to the right side of those stones.
Sweep, sweep, sweep!
Good numbers from Anastasia Brezgalova. Like you said, Anne, you make the double, potentially block the route on the out turn.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to force.
Mun mielestä aika selkeä, että meidän pitää heittää
if you have to play that draw, you'd have to go really wide.
Puoliväli.
I mean, your main hope is that that's not what you've got to do.
Tarvii nousta.
How many more centre guards would you be throwing, Ant?
Kyllä se nousee, se on se kakkoskivi varmaan.
Joo, tarvii nousta!
You need one no matter what.
Paina Lotta. Paina, vielä pitää nousta. Hyvä.
And
hyvä.
This is another peel.
Wow.
Russia just sticking with its tactics. Open the center up.
I'll have opened it up a little bit.
Yeah, this might be the moment where Finland wants to deal with the stone on the forefoot.
Niin. Mä en ole ihan varma. Periaatteessa me tarvitaan se suoja, jotta me voidaan varastaa. Mutta alkaa olla niin tukossa.
Yeah, Finland called the timeout.
Yeah, and Skip Onakauste's brother, Aku Kauste, will make his way to the far end from the bench and give a little advice to his little sister.
Mä toisin, mutta siis hyvät pyydät. No voi se nousta. Tässä täytyy muistaa, että tää on se suora kohta. Tää on se, mistä meidän kaikki heitot on painunut ihan suoraan taipumatta mitään. Mites sitten tää?
Se kävi mun kans mielessä.
Koska nojalle tähän me ei pystytä heittämään.
Ei ole, niin. Se tai sitten kiertoo tuolta sivusta.
Se on lähinnä se, että millä voimalla pääset.
Aika vaikea.
Niin.
Joo.
Te ootte niinku ton suojan varassa te ootte. Mut ei tekis mieli tulla hirveen lujallakaan.
Ei.
Mut jos se on sen näköinen, että sä et vielä pääse ottaa sitä, niin mitä jos sä levittelet tota omaa tosta noin?
Ai niin kuin tonne ja oma rollaan näin.
Ja avaat ton noin niin, että sulla jää viimeisellä heitto.
Joo.
Ainut, että sun pitää varmistaa, että jos ne suojaa, niin sulla on siltikin jotakin. Se on
siinä mielessä vaikea, että tästä kohtaa täältä päin jos tulee, niin se on ollut aika suora. Et sen takia,
siis jos se on suora, niin mahdut sä ottaa se, jos sä mahdut ottaa sen pois ja rollin, niin sehän käy. Koska jos sä rollaat sen ulos asti, niin
millä voimalla se?
Näin, niin
millä voimalla se?
Sulla jää joko suoja tai sulla jää pesäkivi.
Millä voimalla se rolli?
No, ei, sillä millä sä tuut välistä mahdut.
Okay.
I think Aku Kauste was just saying, come down and move that red.
Se, että me
roll in behind the right guard.
Yeah, it's time to take action on the stone in the forefoot. You've got 2 rocks left.
Okei, hiljaisempi kuin 10,5, niin mä en usko, että voi tulla. Mut 10,5 mun tekisi mieli ottaa tämmönen merkki, mutta mä en tiedä, onko se liian iso.
Siis, jos sulla on parempi fiilis heittää se 9-sekkasel ja se merkki tiedetään tyylin paremmin siihen.
Otetaanko tosta 10,5?
Joo.
Pidetään se harjalla, jos tarvii.
Sen pitäisi tulla
ja pidetään se harjalla, jos tarvii.
Joo. Nyt on sit tärkeää sit sanoa se, että mikä voima
nice
se
delicate
on.
way. Push this red through, rolling behind the red guard.
Onko se hiljaisempi vai onko se lujempi? Koska tossa
Finland would hope that Russia peeled the red guard and then they would throw another guard on top of this.
Ahdas, jos se lähtee nousemaan.
Yeah, and even if Russia were to play the slash double or something like that, you've got somewhere to hide a stone. First, you've got to make this.
81% on 13 hits.
She loves to hit.
Trying to get this one to curl. Oh, she just rolled a little bit too far. I think she has.
Yeah, and now Russia will exercise its timeout.
Yeah, a few options for Russia. Go after the stone in the house, go after the guard. That red guard on the left.
Yeah, I think it's all about removing that guard at this point. If I was the Russian coach, I'd be advising him to keep as many paths clear as possible. You're going to have a way into the forefoot no matter where Finland puts their next rock. You want to keep your shot as simple as possible.
So try and drive that red guard into the top yellow. Hope it bounces back towards the other one.
That would be great, but just clearing that path is probably the most important thing.
Решили бить? Мы думаем бить. Хотя просто раскрывать это все.
Igor Minin.
Да, можно даже попробовать туда. Честно, надо полкамня попасть.
Да.
What the call is, Anne?
Yeah, I mean, you knew that once they made that double peel on the center line that this rock would potentially haunt Russia a bit. I think it's really wise to remove it. And maybe you get a bonus out of it and you pick off one of the finished stones from the rings, but most importantly, you give yourself access for your last stone. You got to be, when you're the skip, you have to be wanting to throw that last stone for the win.
Well, Hannah, I quite like not having to throw that last stone. I was hoping it was done before I was throwing the last stone.
Sure, but in a situation like this, in an extra end, in a back and forth tight game, you got to expect that you're going to have to do that. And what a shot.
I was really unlucky not to catch the other yellow as well.
What a shot. Now look at how much nicer that looks for the team with the hammer. Wide open. Nona Kauste.
Tiedätte kohdan, mihin se pitää
The
saada.
best she can do is
Silleen,
put one on the center line, top 8 foot.
Sen on pakko rollata. Silleen, että ollaan keltaisen.
Finland wants to create a situation where they
Ihan
just
vähän
put
saa
a
olla
little
keltaisen,
kernel of doubt into
ei ehkä ihan puoliksi.
Kovaleva's mind. Do I play the draw? Do I play the hit?
Paljon mulla on aikaa. Sano sit, kun on 15.
Make Russia choose between two different shots. Up the pressure as much as possible.
Yeah, just top of the 4 foot, I think was the call on the centre line.
Suunta hyvä. Jop!
This one looks way short, and though
Vaihto!
doesn't even look as if it's going to hit the paint.
Paina!
Big mistake. Maybe just the ice conditions changing.
Yeah, they are the only game out there. You know, could be a little different. She hasn't thrown many draws this game. Could be part of the factor. And now, with that stone coming up short, the shot selection's pretty basic for Team Russia. It's an open hit for the win.
Yeah, need to hang around, or we'll go into a 12th end. And they are on the swooping right from the get-go on. This one's beginning to move. Have they held it? Have they held it? They have done enough, and Russia do get the win eventually. 9-8 over Finland. Russia going really strong here at this World Championships. There you see it, 9-8, the final score.
Thank you. Ihan hyvä peli kuitenkin. Mun mielestä pitää kuitenkin muistaa, että oli hyvä peli ja tappio hävi. Kyllähän se harmittaa aina hävitä, mutta
Our feature game was between United States and Canada. Final score was 13-6 in United States' favour. United States versus Canada. 6th end. Canada sitting one on the button. Jamie Sinclair trying to drive this red back onto the yellow, lifts the double at the back of the house and scores, yes, 5 stones in the 6th end. Whoa, what a shot. 7th end. Chelsea Carey looking to try and get back on the board. Just misses the double on the reds. It was a steal of 1. 8th end.
3/4 is close.
Okay.
USA sitting 4. Chelsea Carey having to tap a corner guard in for a single point.
Okay.
This one never looked anywhere near.
Okay.
And a steal of 4 for the USA. And that was enough for Team Canada. Final score 13-6 in the US favour. Elsewhere, we've seen Switzerland 8-5 winners over Latvia. Russia 9-8 winners over Finland after an extra end. And a very tight affair over on sheet D. China 8, Germany 6. So here are the standings. China and Russia 6-1, topping the table. Korea, Sweden 5 wins. Scotland 4. Germany, Japan, Switzerland and Canada alongside the United States with 3 wins. They can't afford to drop any more games if they're going to have aspirations of making the playoffs.
Jamie, congratulations on an absolutely extraordinary victory. How did you guys manage that one?
well, it was a rough start. It wasn't the first end that we had hoped for, but just really proud of the girls for sticking with the game and just showing some real grit out there.
Yeah. And what does beating Canada at the World Championships mean to you?
I mean, it's just like any other game. I think every win out here is really tough, and we're happy to get any W that we can this week.
And tomorrow you've got another big day. What are you going to do for the rest of your night tonight to get ready?
Well, we're on a little bit of a high right now, but I think it's just really important to get all the rest that we can. Fortunately, we have the morning off tomorrow, so we'll go into another tough day well rested.
Super, and good luck tomorrow, and big congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you so much. Feels good.
Well, that was winning skip Jamie Sinclair after, yes, a 13-6 win over Canada. So that's it from Silkeborg, draw 11. So from Anne Swisshelm and myself, Kenny Edwards, thanks for listening.